Welcome to Court TV on Crestview Community TV. I'm Ryan Hardy, your Crestview Community TV legal analyst, and today you're watching Docket Day. Now, Docket Day, last year and in previous years, it was the biggest court date. Now we've added a court date with pretrial conference happening the week before Docket Day, so Docket Day has shrunk down and gotten somewhat smaller. However, you're still going to see defendants who maybe have been in court for the first time. Maybe their appearance was waived at pretrial conference, which we spoke about in that video. But when someone's called to the podium, you're going to see, again, one of a few things can happen. They can enter a plea. At that point, the case would be over, and they'll get sentenced either today, live on Crestview Community TV, or they'll get sentenced in a sentencing hearing down the road on one of those miscellaneous dates that we'll talk about in another video. They could also ask to continue the case. At that point, it would get set to another cycle 6 weeks down the road. The last thing they could do is they could announce ready for trial. And that means, hey, we're ready, when we're going to send this case to a court date called jury review. And then from that point, the case will get sent to a jury trial. And I know that's what we all really, really love to see. Those obviously are rare. They don't happen a lot. But we all get excited when we hear that, ready for trial.
I guess that's how you say it. First one on the docket, Robert Allen, the attorney. Zaki Moore, Larissa Dudley, morning. I'm told with the private attorneys, they don't use a sign-up sheet up here because of inmate transport, so I have to just go down the docket. If you have something that conflict in another county and you got to get going, and the judge is not as kind and sweet-hearted as I am, and you've got to get your case before me real quick, just let me know.
I think they're still bringing the inmates up. If they have somebody who has most of my inmates.
Who's just out here that private attorneys that has her client here and available to announce? Mr. Flowers?
I do, Judge.
Come on up.
That's my case.
You got
I guess I gotta
you got preempted there.
That's okay. Go get it. Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Michael Gilbert representing Maryland, Vega, Maldonado, and 22 CF 2973. We have a stipulated plea approach.
Yes. Is that number 7 on the docket?
Probably incarcerated, so.
All right, you're Marilyn Maldonado, or excuse me, Vega Maldonado. Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's the truth, so help you God. Did you say yes? Okay. And you want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest without violence.
So the first charge was battery on law enforcement officer. It's been reduced to lesser included of simple battery.
Simple battery, I was going to ask you about that. So it's 2 misdemeanors, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You understand that, and that's what you want to do?
That's
All
correct.
right. Okay. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? You're pleading no contest, do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this
No.
plea? Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing this
No.
morning? Are you happy with the work Mr. Gilbert's done on your case for you?
Oh, yeah.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it on count 1. Sentenced to 11.29 months probation, mental health evaluation and treatment, take anger management class, drug evaluation, and any treatment recommended. No alcohol or drugs while on probation. Costs, standard costs, and you can apply for early termination after 6 months. And it can be mail-in probation, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And on count 2, it is the same sentence as count 1, I believe is what you're saying here, concurrent, correct? Okay. And adjudication is withheld. If there's anything I forget to announce that's on the plea form, please tell me, okay? Okay. Anything further? Thank you.
Judge, good morning. Your Honor, Aubrey Flood, Ms. Flood is present, and as she approaches, Your Honor, we're asking this matter be continued. We located some information that's going to lead to this case disposing of itself without the necessity of a trial, but for control purposes, we're asking that it be continued. I don't believe there's an objection given those circumstances.
Your Honor, there is no objection. However, I want to put on the record that the defense had set this for trial at this cycle.
All right, well,
I did.
is it Ms. Flood? Is that right?
Yes.
Where's she at on the docket? Okay. These names are not in alphabetical order, so if y'all can help me out instead of flipping,
Yes, Your Honor.
you know. I've got 95 cases here, and I'm trying to,
I'm finding it, I'm
well, it's
looking.
on number 6, right? Okay. All right, so Ms. Flood is asking for a continuance.
If we haven't already, we waive speedy trial, Your Honor.
All right. I'll grant it. What would be the next court date?
The next court date, the next pretrial is June 26th.
All right, how about that one?
That sounds very well, Your Honor. I'll be here on other
Okay.
matters that date. That would be fine. Thank you, sir.
All right, June 26th.
And one more thing, Your Honor, for the purposes of the record, once a case is set for trial, there is no offer on the table. So right now, we don't have an offer.
We didn't have one anyway, Judge.
All right.
The offer we didn't have is still in play.
Well, I understand. That's fine.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next case?
Judge, there's one other matter. It's under Attorney Tim Shaw, but it's Robert Kennedy.
Number
Mr.
22 on
Kennedy
the
is
docket.
present, and Your Honor, this case is going to dispose of itself as follows. It's a pay, and he's prepared to pay today. Court costs, and it'll be dismissed today, is my understanding.
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. Upon payment of the court cost, the state will dismiss the charges against Mr. Kennedy.
All right, that's Robert Justin Kennedy, 22 CF 2681.
Yes, sir.
So do we need to continue it to make sure he's going to pay, or you want to just run down and pay it and then come
We're going
back?
to walk downstairs and pay it right now,
Okay,
Your Honor.
all right.
As soon as the Madam Clerk can confirm payment, I will dismiss it on the record.
Very good.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Charles Bear with State Probation on Miss Maldonado's case
Okay,
that we called earlier. She's going to be moving to Texas, and due to the fact that the state of Florida will not be really supervising her, we request her supervision fees be waived.
any objection to that? Granted. Okay, thank you.
Judge, while we've got a brief break, do you know if you'll have Zoom going this morning? Do you have Zoom available as a victim that wishes to?
Let me, come on up here for just a second.
$15.58.
Okay.
Judge, this is going to be a state's continuance to the miscellaneous date of May 25th in an effort to bring it home.
All right, any,
Yes, Your Honor, the state requests a continuance to be able to speak with the victim about negotiating a plea agreement. For that purpose, if we set it for the 25th, I'm sure that we will have a resolution by then.
all right. Is, Mr. Green, is your client here?
We
or-
waive her appearance. She's in Wyoming.
Okay,
And
All
we waive
right.
Speedy.
okay,
That's all I have, Judge. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
Swear-
Morning, Your Honor.
Very well, yes.
Rainey Merrifield on behalf of Mr. Gonzalez Darris. It should be number 4, and I believe it's under my partner, Mr. Flaherty.
All right,
Gonzalez Darris in 23 CF 30. There is a waiver on file.
okay,
Judge, we need a control date 30 days from now. The state has agreed to dismiss upon payment of misdemeanor court cost. Mr. Darris lives in South Florida, so we just need some time to be able to get that payment in.
about June 8th. Is that
Absolutely, Judge.
how about it?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay,
If Madam Clerk could just enter that to give him the opportunity to pay the misdemeanor court costs within 30 days.
continue to June 8th then.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have.
All right. Mr. Nopes?
Morning, Your Honor. First case I've got, I believe, I printed my docket this morning. It's page 4, number 13. Chad Blotta. Judge, there's a waiver on file. And I'm asking to continue it, and I think the state understands why.
Yes, Your Honor, over the state objection,
Was there something that just,
Judge,
deposition or something, or?
There was a deposition. I've been able to get a hold of the recording. I'm having it transcribed, and the state had sent me more discovery as
Okay.
early as this morning, so.
So what do you want, June 8th? Is that good
Either-
enough, or June 29th?
it would have to be, Your Honor, realistically, next pre-trial, June 26th?
All right, how about that?
That's fine, Judge.
Okay.
And if we do have a resolution prior to then, we said it before.
Absolutely.
Time. Yeah. Thank you.
Judge, then I have Andre Copeland. Mr. Copeland. Judge, I had him evaluated by Dr. Harper, and she texted me this morning an update that she's done everything she needs to do other than to get me the report. I told the state that I need to continue the matter one more time to get the report and decide which direction we're going.
All right, the doctor's report.
No objection from the state. Just ask that this be the last continuance.
All right, what
Continue to June 26th.
what do you want to go to? June 26th,
June 26th,
pre-trial?
yes.
Okay. June 26th, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. All right. Judge, the next person is 15 on page 4, Dylan Grantham.
All right.
Judge, Mr. Grantham picked up a new charge, so I'm going to ask to continue this today, and I'm meeting with his father tomorrow.
What you want to do, June?
June 26th.
June 29th, I think, is a miscellaneous.
Inmates, yes, sir. June 29th, yes, sir.
Any problem with that? Any objection?
Carry on.
Apparently no objection. Okay, thank you.
See. Judge, the next case I have is Shailene Matthews, number 16 on page 5. Judge, Dr. Harper emailed me her report this morning. I did not get a chance to review it, but if we'll continue it to June 26th, I expect there'll be some form of a plea and a sentencing hearing set.
Objection.
Okay, June 26th. For a plea.
Judge, the next case I have is number 17 on page 5 is LaDonna Medley. Judge, she is present in the state, understands and agrees with my request to continue it to June 26th.
All right, June 26th.
We'll be in touch. Judge, the last case I have is Brandon Scarborough. Judge, the state and I have exchanged an email I sent last week. She responded this morning, and we're negotiating, trying to work out what type of plea and sentencing date we would have. I do have the report on his case, but I need to get nailed down what we're going to enter a plea to, if there's any possibilities of any lesser charges. So we're asking for June 26th.
No objection to one last continuance, and I just ask if you do have Betty value share as possible.
I agree with that, Judge.
All right, June 26th.
That's all
Okay,
I've got, Judge. Thank you.
all right, thank you. All right, Mr. Switek.
Good morning, Your Honor. Glenn Swiatek for Shelley Edwards, 22 CF 1951. Ms. Edwards is present in court and approaching. Your Honor, I sent to your office last week a motion and order for a competency evaluation, which was unopposed by the state, so I'm just waiting for a signature on the order.
Okay. Shelley Edwards. All right, what you want? June 26th? May 20, we got a miscellaneous, May 25th. How about that?
Let's do May 25th. On the
Any
20
objection to that from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, May 26th, miscellaneous court date.
9 a.m.
Okay, yes.
I'll be in touch. Your Honor, next is Edgar Nunez. It's 21 CF 1005. I filed a motion to dismiss on that case as to count 2. Our offices are trying to coordinate a hearing date on that.
So what do you want, a continuance
Yes, Your Honor.
till May, what, a
We
miscellaneous
could do the
day?
same one, May 26th at 9 a.m. will probably be fine.
No objection, and Mr. Switek, just so you know, it looks like from Ms. Basso's notes, she filed an amended info that she says should nullify the motion.
I read that, and I respectfully traverse her amended.
What, May 25th, is that what you said?
I thought it was 26th. Is 25th? Okay, May 25th at 9 o'clock, along with Ms. Edwards.
All right,
Thank you, Judge.
all right, thank you. Stewart?
Good morning, Your Honor. It please the court, Your Honor, Brad Stewart present. My first client, Judge, is Ms. Kelly Vest, Jordan Kelly Vest.
Let's see.
There's this
Thank
24
you.
on the docket, on my docket.
All right,
Your Honor, as she approaches, Ms. Kelly Vest is prepared to tender a plea, and for the record, I'm sorry, Judge, this is 22 CF 1837 for the record. She's prepared to tender a plea of no contest to the lesser included third-degree felony. Judge, I do have
all
an
right,
executed plea sentencing agreement. May I approach?
yeah. You are Jordan Kelly Vest.
Yes, sir.
Would you please raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, you want to enter a no contest plea to, let's see.
Judge,
Is
this
it,
lesser included offense, third-degree felony tampering.
All right, so a third-degree felony, tampering with witness, a third-degree felony. You want to enter a no contest plea to that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing form agreement?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you, threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that will prevent you from knowing what you're doing?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Stewart's done on your case for you?
Absolutely.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts the plea. Adjudication withheld. Sentenced to 18 months, standard reporting probation, $515 court cost, take anger management class, 50 hours community service work with no buyout option, no contact with the victims, Kelly Vest or Joseph Vest. And you want to waive cost of supervision?
Judge, we're requesting to waive cost of supervision based on the requirements.
Mr. Barry? Okay, probation agrees. Waive cost of, all right. Anything further on Ms. Kelly Vest?
If I may, Your Honor, I want to submit the score sheet before the end of today, if you don't mind, because I want to print it out.
Okay. I think I needed the score sheet for the other plea I took too, didn't I?
I have this. This is the original one where she was charged with.
Ms. Kelly Vest was 2022 CF 1837.
Yeah, I know. So I got to change that. And that's the only thing she has. What did he plead to? L.
Judge, we'll submit the score sheet. I need to look up the level real quick.
But I can at least state on the record that she will not score minimum guidelines.
That's correct, Judge.
All
No
right.
matter.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Your Honor, my next client is Mr. John Harvard. I believe that's number 23.
John Harvard, all right.
Mr. Harvard is in custody and present before the court on case number 22 CF 1810, Your Honor. If we can move this to the miscellaneous date of May 25, we are, I believe, close to a resolution on that miscellaneous date. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring this in for a landing, Judge.
That's with the agreement of the state, Your Honor.
All right, bring it in for a landing.
Yeah, Wednesday. Your Honor, my next client is Mr. Mike Mandel. Judge, this is in case number 22 CF 1320, 22 CF 1549, 22 CF 2038.
Okay.
Mr. Mandel is present before the court, Judge. If I may pause for a moment. Everything's the same. I added that with lesser included misdemeanor battery, okay? Showed lesser. Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Mandel is prepared to tender a plea of no contest with the understanding that in 22 CF 1320, this will be reduced to a misdemeanor battery as charged on 1549 and 2038, Judge. With the understanding that on all felony counts, Judge, it'll be an adjudication of guilt, 16.8 months Department of Corrections with credit time served. That will be served concurrent and coterminous across all cases. Appropriate court costs and fines to be assessed, time served on the misdemeanor along with restitution as announced. Your Honor, may I approach? We've included those amounts in the written plea agreement, Judge.
All right, Mr. Mandel, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You want to enter a no contest plea to, in 22 CF 1320, is it battery upon jail visitor or other detainee is a misdemeanor, correct, Mr.
That's going to be a lesser included misdemeanor battery, Judge.
Okay, misdemeanor battery. Then 22 CF 1549, grand theft, correct?
Correct.
And in 22 CF 2038, 3 grand thefts and a petty theft which is a misdemeanor, and then another fraud case, which is a felony. So 4 felony, third-degree felonies, and 1 second-degree misdemeanor, looks like, correct? That's what you want, enter a no contest plea to those charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Okay.
count 5 in case 22 CF 2038, the organized fraud, that's going to be a null pros by the state if that was not included in the plea agreement.
You have any objection to the state dismissing the charges against
We're
you?
not going to object to that, Judge.
Okay. I'll just write an all pros here. Okay. On all the felony counts, in each case, you're sentenced to a judge guilty, 16.8 months Department of Corrections with credit for all time served, concurrent and coterminous across all cases, $415 court costs on each case, $100 cost of prosecution for each case. Restitution being paid joint severally among with co-defendants Michael Gray, $840 to Sunglass World and 22 CF 1549, $3,495 to Lowe's and 22 CF 2038, and $300 to Russell Mathers, or Matthews, I'm not sure which it is. The second, in 22 CF 1320, all financial payable within 90 days upon a release, then to civil lien. On the misdemeanor count, you're judged guilty. And, let's see, standard court costs. Is that it? No jail time?
Correct, Judge. It's just
Okay.
a DOC time. Judge, we'll request the court recommend a local facility.
Well, I recommend it, but I have no control over that,
Yes, sir. I've explained that too.
So, anyway, and adjudication on all cases.
Yes, sir.
Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
You're going to see him. Yeah. Your Honor, that's all I believe, all the clients I have on the court's docket. May I be excused? Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your cell phones are turned off or on silent.
All right, Ms. Dudley,
Yes, sir. As I keep more, in 22 CF 3043, and 22 CF 1189, if I may approach.
Yes.
I have a plea agreement in this portion.
Mr. Moore, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course the truth, so help you God. You do? Okay, thank you. All right, you want to enter a plea to, in 22 CF 3043, is it a felony battery?
Yes, sir.
Okay, third-degree felony?
Yes, sir.
And then 22 CF 1189, a violation of probation on a looks like on a felony, third degree. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
All right. Mr. Moore, is that what you want to do, enter a no contest plea and admission on those cases?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea and admission?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission?
No, sir.
And no contest plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing today?
No, sir.
You happy with the work Ms. Dudley's done on your case for you?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. You are adjudicated guilty on both cases. $869 court costs, 6 months county jail with credit for time served, cost of judgment. And let's see, that is on 22 CF 3043, and concurrently to 22 CF 1189, that's the VOP, $100 cost of prosecution, reinstates supervision, converts community control to standard probation, 11 months, 29 days county jail, credit for time served, no contact with Michaela King, complete original requirements, concurrent to 22 CF 3043, adjudicated guilty on both cases. So, I guess depending on how much jail time you've served, you're probably going to get out. Is that correct?
It depends on, I don't know how close he is to getting out. They'll calculate it and then we'll figure it out, Judge.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Okay. Anything further?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Next I have Joseph Tolles in 22 CF 1774, and then we're also going to enter a plea on a misdemeanor in 23 MM 1276. If I may approach.
Yes, Mr. Tolles, you please raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear the testimony you give for is course true, so help you God.
Sir.
Okay. You want to enter a no contest plea to, in 22 CF 1774, that is going to be, is that going to be a felony plea?
Yes, sir.
All right, to a third-degree felony. You understand that? You do?
Sir.
Okay. And then 23 MM 1276, misdemeanor assault charge. You want to enter a no contest plea to that too, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter these pleas? Anyone force you or threaten you to enter the plea?
No, sir.
Okay. You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering the plea? The rights are contained on this form. You aware of the rights you're waiving?
Yes, sir.
All right. You happy with the work Ms. Dudley's done on the case for you?
Sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. On 22 CF 1774, court withholds adjudication. Sends you 12 months probation, 515 court costs, 50 hours community service, forfeit firearm, concurrent to 23 MM 1276, adjudicated to guilt, 6 months probation, 270 court costs, no contact with Mario Cantrell Brown, no trespassing at 1231 West Edney Avenue, Crestview, Florida, concurrent to 22 CF 1774. And adjudication is
Adjudicated on the misdemeanor, Your Honor, withhold on the felony.
okay. Adjudicated on misdemeanor, withhold on a felony. Anything further?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, that's all I have.
Very good.
Thank you.
Morning.
Cheryl Gooden on behalf of Jeremy Koser,
Okay.
Koiser, 21 CF 2033.
All right.
Your Honor, in speaking with the state, she's agreed to allow my client to do a forensic psychological assessment for mitigation purposes, so we're going to ask to continue it this last time.
Well,
That's correct, Your Honor.
what do you want to go to? May 25th, June 26th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. No objection?
No objection this time as a last continuance, Your Honor. The case is old.
It is old, and we intended to.
Okay, I'm old too, all right. So we're all old, getting old. Okay.
The next one I have is Viva Pal, PAL 21 CF 1979.
Okay.
Originally, I filed the motion. We had it set on May the 4th to be heard. However, that's not enough time for the state, so we're going to ask for another
May 25th?
May 25th.
That will work for the state.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right. That's
That's
it?
all I have.
All right, very good. Yes.
Morning, Your Honor. Brad Johnson here on behalf of Alex Tristan Coffin. Mr. Coffin is number 4 on your docket, Your Honor, case number 2021 CF 1226. Coffin is present in the courtroom.
Hang on, what numbers you on the docket?
I thought it was, Your Honor, at least the one docket I saw. I apologize. I may have.
Well, let's see if I can find it.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I was looking at the inmate list on the docket.
Should be in there, Mr. John.
Got, it's not alphabetized. That's my problem.
Yeah, it's by attorney.
All right, this is Alex Tristan Coffin, 2021 CF 1226.
Yes, Your Honor. We're setting this, the state and I have talked about it. We're going to set it on the jury review on Thursday for a plea. Without subpoenas, we have worked out a plea, but there's something the state needs to work through.
Okay, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
So it's this Thursday?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
So that's a criminal miscellaneous docket, is that right?
Is there also a review docket Thursday, whether it's review or miscellaneous? Either one is,
Either
we'd
one.
just like to be on there later in the week. You
Okay,
can enter a plea.
all right.
Yes,
That's
Your Honor.
fine.
Yes, Your Honor. All right. Thank you very much. That concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Shaw?
Your Honor, if I may, Charles Berry with state probation on Mr. Tolles, who was sentenced earlier represented by Ms. Dudley. We request those supervision fees be waived also because he has a ton of court costs that have to be paid within a short period.
No objection from the state.
All right, with no objection, we'll waive the supervision fees.
Thank you, sir.
What case have you got, Mr. Shaw?
Robert Justin Kennedy, Your Honor. It was earlier announced that it was going to be a dismissal upon payment of his court costs. I have a receipt here for court costs. I've already showed it to the state.
All right,
Yes, Your Honor, the state dismisses the charges against Mr. Kennedy.
okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
I have Philip Merritt, he's an inmate.
Merritt. All right.
Your Honor, we're just going to ask to continue Mr. Merritt's cases.
No objection.
Well, what you want, May 25th or June 20, June?
Your Honor, let's do June 26th. And if we can get something worked out, we'll probably come back May 25th.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor, that's all I
All
have.
right, thank you.
Judge, can I call two names real quick? Get
Sure.
them to meet me outside?
Yeah.
Robert Lamb and Danny Mason.
Got any other private attorneys ready to go? Mr. Powell?
Bo Powell for the record. First matter I have is Jerry Lynn Davis, 22 CF 710.
All right.
Mr. Davis is approaching.
Is this a plea?
We have a negotiated agreement, Judge. If I could approach.
Yes. Mr. Davis, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for his court's true, so help you God. Thank you. All right, you want to enter a no contest plea to misdemeanor, no vehicle registration, and count two is, looks like, is that carrying concealed firearm, 5-year, third-degree felony? And count three, trafficking in meth.
Judge, that would be a lesser included offense of sale, manufacture, deliver.
All right, sell, manufacture, and deliver. That looks like a, is that a second-degree felony?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's what the state's agreed to?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
All right. Mr. Davis, did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
You happy with the work Mr. Powell's done on your case for you?
Very much.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Count one, sentenced to 6 months probation, concurrent to count two and count three. Count two, you are sentenced to 36 months drug offender probation, have a substance abuse evaluation, complete your recommended treatment. You can transfer your supervision to Alabama, and you may travel for employment purposes. On count three, you're sentenced to 36 months
Yes, sir.
drug offender probation, have a substance abuse evaluation, any recommended treatment. You can transfer your supervision to Alabama. You may travel for employment purposes. All counts run concurrent, and adjudication withheld on all counts. Is that right, State?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Okay. Anything further?
The score sheet, Your Honor, I'm in the process of printing them. It does not score a presumptive minimum, and it scores, I believe, 33 points total.
All right. Stay away from that meth, it'll kill you. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor, if there's court costs involved in the 6-month probation, or anything to do with the 6-month probation, we request that he be given the entire period of time in order to complete any conditions that are required in that 6-month period, since he's on for 36 months.
Okay. So you're asking him to, he can have 36 months to do the 6 months complete. Okay.
If he has any special conditions on the 6-month
All right,
probation.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Anything else?
Thank you.
No, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Powell, you got another case?
Yes, sir, Judge. The next matter I have is Cheryl Vick, 22 CF 2561.
Cheryl Vick, okay.
Present.
There's a plea?
The state's referring Ms. Vick to the pretrial intervention program. It is with a plea.
Ms. Vick, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course true, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, hand me the form. This is 22 CF 2561. Cheryl Ann Vick. And you are pleading no contest. Is it to burglary of an occupied conveyance and a second-degree felony and battery a
Yes, sir.
first-degree misdemeanor? Is that right, Mr. Powell?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Vick, did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Did you read and sign this form?
Yes,
This
sir.
agreement? It talks about what your rights are and your
Yes, sir.
maximum sentence and probationary things. You understand you're waiving your right to a trial, the main important thing by entering this plea.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here
No,
today?
sir.
You happy with the work Mr. Powell's done on your case for you?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. You are going to enter, as a part of the plea, a 12-month pretrial intervention agreement with the following terms. No contact with the victim, Lee Miley. Write a letter of apology to Lee Miley. Complete a mental health evaluation. Complete any recommended treatment, including taking any prescribed medications. Attending complete an anger management course. Pay $150 cost of prosecution. Pay $767 court costs. Pay any other fees, fines, or costs that may be assessed in the pretrial intervention program. You can apply for early termination after 6 months if the terms have been completed and no violations. You may transfer this to the state of Virginia and report by phone or mail. And apparently the state in defense is unaware of any DNA evidence that may exonerate the defendant. Is that correct?
Correct, Judge.
What about adjudication? Is that,
It's going to be deferred, Your Honor.
Deferred.
She's under the pretrial intervention program, so.
all
Can I
right.
get my fines extended?
I'm going to write deferred on this.
Judge, would the court be inclined to waive cost of supervision?
No objection from the state.
All right, no objection from state or probation, then I'll waive that.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, well, good.
Have a good day, Judge.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, on the case that was just before her, Mr. Jerry Davis, he just advised us that he lives in Alabama. There is the $100 that he must pay.
Where is he? Is he here? Mr. Davis, you got to pay that $100 transfer fee, okay? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Don't stand by yourself.
Thank you. Who else we got out there? Did I see Miss Flowers? Or
Talking to some people, Judge. We have a couple of no.
Mr. Stewart, did you have any other business?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
We do have a plea, Judge. I think this is a matter of Zach Rogers approached earlier on.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have to wait on that a little bit.
Judge, we've got.
Oh, that's right.
I
guess this one.
Okay.
Yeah, she was telling me.
All right. All right, you're Kenneth Jernigan? You're Kenneth Jernigan?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Mr. Jernigan has been charged with lewd lascivious molestation of a victim less than 12. Judge Oberleisen last week said that he made too much money according to his application for the public defender. So they urged him to find out if he was still receiving his benefits and reapply.
Was this a gentleman in a wheelchair?
Last week, yes.
Is Mr. Jernigan, you gonna, this gentleman can't hear, he's deaf, pretty much deaf, is that correct? Can you hear me, Mr. Jernigan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you got that hearing aid the bailiff is helping you with?
Yes.
You got any family? Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to hire an attorney?
My wife was in the process of trying to do that.
What does that mean, in the process? Has she met with an attorney?
She has called a couple.
Is she here?
Yes.
Is she going to hire an attorney for you? I mean, is it your money or her money?
Well, it's our money.
Your money, about y'all's money? Probably means it's the wife's money. So you are on disability, is that right?
Yes, I'm on Social Security.
Is Miss Jernigan here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Come on up. All right, you're Miss Jernigan. Are you in the process of helping out Mr. Kenneth Jernigan hire an attorney?
I'm supposed to meet with one on the 12th of May
Okay.
to go over how much.
How about a state objection to continuance so she can meet with, no?
No objection.
All right, well, see what you can do about hiring an attorney, okay? You know, these are very serious charges, and, you know, you need to have representation. I hadn't got into how much you actually make and all that, because it looks like you're going to try to hire an attorney.
He just started, yeah.
Pardon?
Been hard.
Okay, well, we'll continue this to, attorney's going to need time anyway to, with these kind of charges, to get ready. So what about June 26th? June 26th, okay? If you have a hard time hiring an attorney, call the state attorney's office if you can't and let them know, and I'll get you on a quicker docket. And we'll get it taken care of. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bailiff Marnie. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any public defenders want to do pleas? Do some pleas?
Judge, I can go.
Oh, we got another
handle a few things.
gentleman? Okay. Okay.
Oh, that works. Your Honor, Tim Gibbs on behalf of Mr. James Alford. This is 23 CF 193. Judge, we had set it for today from pretrial to see if we could get a resolution on it. I don't know if the state's been able to do the file.
Mr. Gibbs, please tell me his name again.
James Alford, Judge.
Oh, 40.
No,
All right. Okay, what you want to do?
Mr. Gibbs, I would need to have the FDLE first. It's fentanyl and.
Do you want to put it for May 25th?
Want to go on a miscellaneous?
That's fine.
May 25th, okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Y'all get it resolved. All right, thank you.
Judge, otherwise out of custody.
Okay.
First, Judge, I have Ronald Collins.
Right.
Mr. Collins is present and approaching. This is 22 CF 2265. 22 CF 2266.
Okay.
I did, but I said, is that, what were you asking, Mr. Gibbs?
What y'all want to do? I mean, you can take depositions or what?
Judge, can we just leave this on next pretrial 626?
Any objections?
No, no, Your Honor.
All right, 626. Thank you.
Next, Your Honor, I have Mr. Anthony De La Hoz. Judge, this is 22 CF 1704. We're also asking to continue this to next pretrial.
No objection.
Any objection?
No objection.
June 26. Thank you, sir.
Next, Judge, I have Ms. Brittany Evelyn. This is a newer case, Judge. We were wondering if we'd be able to resolve it today. However, I'd like to meet with Ms. Evelyn to go over her case in more detail. So we're asking to continue this to 626, Judge.
No objection.
You need to go out that far? I mean, you need that
Judge,
much.
we just got discovery on the case, Judge. It's a 2023 case.
All right, 626.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
That's all I have at the moment. That's releases. Yeah. Seriously.
Your Honor, before the court is Tyler O'Quay. We are here on two cases. 46. That would be 21 CF 1972, 22 CF 523. We are currently set for trial. Your Honor, when do you do your housekeeping matters regarding renewing objections and things such as that? Do you do that the morning of, or we do it on Thursday?
Probably the Thursday before trial week. You know, trial starts on a Monday. I mean, that would be, what are we looking at? May 8th.
Yes, sir.
So it'd be this coming up
Thursday.
Thursday. Are you talking about maybe entering a plea or a motion or something? Or
Your Honor, I had previously filed a motion to dismiss 4 of the 5 counts on the grounds of double jeopardy. And so I would be renewing that motion again on Thursday, if we could set it for Thursday.
Was
My
this,
cli-
okay, is this number 48? Okay. Robles?
No, it should be O'Quain. Tyler O'Quain, Your Honor.
It's not consistent with what my docket is.
It was, Your Honor, I believe it was an add-on.
Oh, an
It wasn't
add-on.
on my original one either.
Okay, well, y'all tell me that, because, you know, I'm getting different numbers, and, well, what's his case number?
Yes, Your Honor, his case numbers are 21 CF 1972 and 22 CF 523. And the motion to dismiss that I believe the state would go on first would be case number 21 CF 1972. That's with Christine Basso.
Where's she at?
Here as soon as she can, Judge, I believe her mother issued this morning.
Okay,
So if we could have it on
is this,
Thursday?
would this be any type of testimony type, just a legal argument?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has it been heard by another judge and ruled
Yes, Your
on?
Honor.
And ruled on?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just be renewing my, you know, just.
How long
renewing-
ago was it heard? And
Last week, Your Honor.
Just to clarify, we're not having their hearing, you're just renewing your objection to the previous ruling on
Yes,
Thursday?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, I hadn't, this is my first day.
And actually, I
uh,
can file a motion for rehearing.
transferred from for Walton Beach Division, so I didn't obviously hear the motion.
Yes, sir. I'd be more than happy to do a motion for rehearing.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the motion is. I haven't read it. I mean, if I rule against him, are you saying ready for trial next week?
Yes, sir.
If you're ready for trial as well, we would just note that for the second week.
Oh, well, we'll decide those things Thursday. We'll go probably, if the state's saying officer availability might be the second week of trial. How long would trial be, you think?
1 day.
What's he charged with?
He's charged with traveling to meet a minor. It's broken down into 5 different counts.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll deal with it Thursday. Once I have a chance to read your motion, I guess, so.
Mr. Versick, are you going to be filing a motion for rehearing?
All right, thank you.
Call one other matter.
Sure.
Cover for Dixie Powell this morning.
Okay.
Elijah Harper.
Where's he at on the docket, do you know?
I'm sorry, Judge, I don't know.
Oh, I got him. Her. Whatever. Excuse me. Elijah Harper.
Yes, the state's made a amended offer, and we need to put it on the May date, and I think we'll have a resolution.
The 25th, Your Honor, please.
Okay, May 25th.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
That's all I have. Thank you.
And Your Honor, I can go. It would be page 16, Miguel Robles, 22 CF 1218.
Oh, this is the docket he is?
It's a little
Okay.
different, I don't know.
All right, Miguel Robles.
And Your Honor, I had spoken with him last week, and he is unable to appear. He lives in Texas. He just started a new job. He doesn't get paid for several weeks. We're just going to request a continuance, but I do believe the state is going to ask for something different.
Your Honor, we were asking for a trial. State's ready for trial, so he's not here. I don't know, Ms. Rivers, did you waive his appearance? I mean, we wanted him to be here for
Right, I
docket
waived
day.
his appearance the
At
other
pretrial.
day, yes.
But we wanted him to be here for docket day. He's not here, Your Honor, so state would ask for a capias.
Let me ask y'all to step up. How many times?
The arraignment was June of last year.
We got to go to trial on this, so capias. And we'll set him for, you have contact with him?
Yes, sir.
How long a days you need for trial on this?
Probably one day
Looks routine to me.
is.
About, we need to discuss anything Thursday on the case?
Well, Judge, if there's a capias issued, I would ask that we kind of set this case off until he's brought
Well,
to
what
our
you want to
county.
do then? Set it for May 15th, trial week? Or is that too soon?
Well, if he's not here and there's a capias, I don't want to have to issue subpoenas, not knowing if he's going to be picked up or not by then. He may not be picked up by then.
All right, well, then what the state's asking for is a continuance then, right?
No, Your Honor. He's not, did Your Honor issue a capias? I'm sorry, maybe I misunderstood.
Well, I thought you wanted a capias.
Yes, sir.
I said capias.
Yes, sir. So maybe a status hearing?
I mean, I issued a capias, and you said, well, I gave you 2 weeks, different weeks for trial, and you said, well, we may not be able to, we're not going to go to trial, or, I mean, I don't know what you're telling me.
Well, I think usually when a capias is issued, we just take it off the docket, and then once they're arrested, we put it back on the docket.
Well, we'll issue a capias, and we'll set it for, what about May 25th, miscellaneous
That's
criminal?
good, Your Honor.
How about doing that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, no bond. No bond pending first appearance.
Your Honor, the next person I have is page 17, number 49, and, 49 on your docket. That would be Monica Simmons. She is in custody, 19 CF 1523 and 20 CF 1854. Your Honor,
See, I have her as number 47. Did you say 49?
let's see. Yeah,
Monica's-
I have hers 47 too, Your Honor. We've got two different dockets, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but,
And I have her as 47 on page 17 on one of the dockets.
okay, Monica Lachey Simmons, right? Okay, good.
And Your Honor, previously, she had been found incompetent to proceed, and she has spent the past approximately 3 years back and forth from the Florida State Hospital to the county jail, back to Florida State Hospital. Florida State Hospital did file a report saying that she was competent now to proceed. I then went and had Dr. Zeman do an evaluation as well. And he also found her competent to proceed. So at this point, I think the court would have to make a ruling that she is competent to proceed, and then we have reached an agreement.
All right, well, was it two different doctors have said she's competent to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And those have been filed on the record?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Court finds she's competent to proceed.
Your Honor, we do have an agreement in this matter, if I may approach.
All right. Ms. Simmons, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is court's truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Okay, in 19 CF 1523, she's entering an admission to violation of probation. In 20 CF 1854, she is entering a no contest plea to, is it burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, a second-degree felony?
Yes, sir.
And then in 20 CF 1854, petty theft, a misdemeanor.
And Your Honor,
And-
if it's not listed, it would be a time served on the misdemeanor.
Okay, all right. I was just about to say, that looks like a time served to me. All right, Ms. Simmons, did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
You understand it waives all your rights, especially your right to a trial?
Yes,
before
sir.
a jury and me on the violation of probation? Okay. Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here this morning?
No, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission and plea?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case?
Absolutely.
Okay. Court finds the plea is freely and admission freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. In 19 CF 1523, court will revoke and terminate probation, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fee, 33.9 months DOC, credit for time served. In 20 CF 1854, count 2 and count 1 is concurrent, 33.9 months incarceration. And is that concurrent with 19 CF 1523?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so that will be concurrent with the 19 CF 1523. In the misdemeanor, that is $415 court cost, $100 cost of prosecution, $100 PD fee, all fines and fees and costs reduced to judgment, and your sentence time served on that is the DOC sentences coterminous?
No, Your Honor, but she does already have all her time in.
Oh, she basically done her time.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
credit for time served. I don't know if I said that or not.
Yes, Your Honor.
So she'd probably be perhaps sit down there and then released at the reception center?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she does have a hold of 2 other places, so from there, she would go to one of those other places.
Okay. All right, well, that's your sentence, Ms. Simmons. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Your Honor, the next that's listed on, well, page 17 of my docket, number 48, is Charles Velez.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Velez is not present. He was not given this court date, Your Honor. This was something that appeared on the docket. When we were in court, it was set for trial, but he was not given this date. And he's always appeared for his court dates. If the court is so inclined, I'd ask to set him on Thursday, but based on the state filing amended discovery Friday afternoon, I'm requesting continuance to set deposition of these new listed witnesses.
No objection, Your Honor. State's not asking for a capias.
About June 26th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, the next one on the docket is Angelia Worley, number 49, page 17. That would be 22 CF 1864. Ms. Worley is present and approaching. And this case is with Ms. Leon.
Worley. Can we pass that for a few minutes, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, have a seat, please, ma'am. Let's see. That's all I have, Your Honor, at this time.
Okay. Mr. Tony?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
Co-defendant said all the statements
The first matter on the docket is State of Florida versus Jeremy Scott Dixon in 21 CF 2701. This matter is set for a motion hearing on, I think, Thursday or within a couple of days, Your Honor.
If I may, Your Honor, yes, Mr. Tony is correct. This has been set for a motion to suppress hearing on May 4th at 2 p.m. with subpoenas, of course.
I don't seem to, did you say Mr. Dixon?
Yeah, Jeremy Scott Dixon, Your Honor.
21 CF 2701.
All right, so you want to set this for, what, this Thursday? Is that what you were saying?
It's been set, Your Honor, for a pretrial. We set it for this Thursday for motion to suppress hearing, and then for trial the second week, the week of May 15th. Mr. Tony indicated that's his availability.
Okay, so you're going to be ready, depending on how I rule, I guess.
Yes,
Is
Your
this
Honor.
going to be determinative of
Yeah,
this
'cause
case?
the
Yes, it is
motion's
dispositive, yes.
All right, so second week, depending on how I rule. How many witnesses are going to be here for the suppression hearing?
Two at most from the state.
Okay. All
And
right.
we'll have some video evidence to present.
Okay, good. I mean, we'll have a hearing. Okay.
Thank you.
And the next, Your Honor, is State of Florida versus Lawrence Wayne Dumas Jr.
Okay.
As Mr. Dumas approaching, Your Honor, we have this case kind of worked out, but we don't. There's an outstanding issue with my client in Walton County. We've been given word from the state that they're not going to go forth with an element of the issue that he would be willing to plead to here. However, we don't have that in writing as of yet. Me and Mr. Henderson are working on that. We didn't get back from Angela Lyles over there, so we just got to ask. I guess we can leave it set for a plea day or miscellaneous day, but it's just, we ran out of time for the short of it. I think we only had like a week or so to work with her on it, and we just didn't get to it, didn't get it done.
Your Honor, the state was ready for trial, and I did all I could to get in contact with Walton County and get assurance from the state that they will not go forward on the fleeing and eluding in that case.
That is true, Your Honor. However, we don't have anything in writing to that extent. And that could seriously affect my client in Walton County on this particular case because of the nature of the charge and the time that it would command. I understand that the state is working hard for trial on this particular case. We all are.
The fleeing and eluding is in this county, correct?
And in Walton County.
Oh, he's got a charge over there?
Yes, Your Honor.
It started in Walton County, ended up in Okaloosa County, and that's the reason why.
So what does it have to do with Walton County dismissing? Then that would determine whether he wants to enter a plea? Is that what you're telling me?
Because of the nature of the time, yes, Your Honor. Because if he pleads over here, it's our contention that Walton County wouldn't have anything, could easily go forth with it, with a admission.
Well, Your Honor, but the state is not obligated not to go forward or even make any promise in that sense. I made a representation that the state will not go forward. Now the defense wants it in writing.
Why don't we set it for trial in the second week?
That would be fine for the state. I don't believe that it would take more than 1 day to try. We can do a pick and go in this case.
I like trying cases. We need to try. I hadn't heard very many trials. I like to load us up with some trials. I want to try cases. You know, that's what I'm here for, is to try cases. And I hear a lot of continuances. I just soon try cases. So let's set him for trial. What is it? May 15th. Try to take a day. I mean, it's not.
Could we set the case, Your Honor, for May 4th, jury review, so that we can address the schedule of all other cases that are set?
Okay, May 4th, is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Tony's going to be here for that
At 2
other
p.m.
case.
Okay, we'll do that. See if you can find out what you need to find out, Mr. Tony. And if he's going to plead, I don't know why it would take can an email do in lieu of a letter or something? I mean,
That'd be fine.
whatever you're looking for.
We just hadn't, the state has represented correctly that I think that Walton County is not going forth with it. We just hadn't gotten anything for Walton County, Your Honor. And Mr. Henderson has already reached out to the state over there to get a response, and he didn't receive one.
Well, see what you can do to get it resolved by Thursday and
Yes, sir.
enter a plea or whatever you're going to
Thank you, Your
do.
Honor.
You know, but we got to get some of these cases tried.
Well, that's fine.
Now, brand new, in Fort Walton Beach, our courtrooms don't look nearly as great as these courtrooms. I can't wait to try them out. You know, I want to get going. So I've been down there 11 years, and why not try out some new courtrooms? You want to plead, plead. If not, let's go to trial and do them. So
That's all I have, Your Honor.
all right.
I got to come by and see you. We'll work this out. Okay. All right. You doing okay? Yes, sir.
Who else we got?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Rivers, what you want?
Yes, Your Honor,
What
if we
case?
could recall Angela Worley,
Worley?
number 49 on page 17, 22 CF 1864. I believe the state had an announcement.
What
Yes,
number
Your
did-
Honor, the co-defendant has assumed total responsibility for the charges and the drugs narcotics that were found, so the state dismisses the case against Ms. Worley.
You have any objections to the state dropping the charges against you, Ms. Worley? All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
dismissed. Who else we got? Any other private attorneys want to talk about their cases?
Judge Robert Allen here.
Mr. Allen, come on up. I thought I saw you.
My client is present. Naronsky?
Yes, that is it Milana?
Yes, sir.
Milana, okay.
Judge, we have an interpreter that's scheduled on Zoom, so if you could open up Zoom, we'll be able to get her.
What time was the interpreter scheduled?
10:30, because the state had a conflict and said they wanted to start it. I'm sorry. She's scheduled for 10:30 because the state had a conflict and asked that if we could just call this up at 10:30.
Yes, Judge, this is a case set for trial. I know Ms. Basso is on her way now. If we could just pass the case for another 15, 20 minutes, she'll be here.
And that would be fine with me, Your Honor.
Okay.
But
All right.
the interpreter should be on there.
And the interpreter is what language?
Russian.
Okay, well, good.
Okay.
I hadn't heard that one yet.
No,
Does she speak any English at all, Mr. Allen?
Judge.
Does she speak any English at all?
A little, yes.
Okay. Do what we can do. Morning. Okay, come on up.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jennifer Flowers on behalf of Office of Regional Conflict. I've got in custody and out of custody, however you'd like me to call.
Ms.
Should I just-
Flowers, can you get that microphone in front of you a little
Oh,
bit better? 'Cause
yes, sir. Mhm.
Pull it up. There you go. So who did you say?
I have Travis Anderson as my first client on the docket. He's out of custody, present and approaching in 22 CF 2410.
Travis Dale Anderson, okay.
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to ask to set this for Thursday, May 4th, for him to get a restitution payment made. Perhaps at that time, he'll enter a plea as well.
Okay, any objection?
No, Your Honor, we discussed that.
Okay, thank you. Get that paid up, okay, so,
Yes, sir.
all right. Thank you. May 4th.
Next, Your Honor, I have Jakia Griffin in 22 CF 2991. Your Honor, we're asking for a continuance in this matter. The alleged victim in the case was not able to attend our last round of depositions because she was in the hospital, but she has indicated she does want to move forward with charges, so I just need to get those depositions reset.
No objection, Your Honor.
Well, you want to go to June 26th?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Next, I have one other out of custody. If we want to do that first, or do you want
Sure,
to just go down
yeah.
the line? Okay, Mr. Cortez. Your Honor, this is Mr. Cortez. He is set today for docket day with subpoenas for trial. So, Your Honor, we're ready for trial. I have received the name of an alleged witness that I will need to put in amended discovery, I will do it today. I have the name, phone number, and address for the state today. I have not spoke to this witness, but it is my understanding she was there at the time of the events. But if we could possibly get her deposed prior, I mean, this case is ready for trial. Other than that, other than this witness that has just appeared.
I can't seem to find Mr. Cortez.
I want to have time, Ms. Flowers, between now and trial week is next week, and I'm preparing other trials that are going.
Okay.
I don't seem to find Mr. Cortez on my docket.
It's Huertas, Huertas. He's at the top of the docket. I don't know why that always happens. He's not listed with my other cases.
Top of the docket.
Like
Well,
Page 2, Judge.
Page 2, yeah, he's.
Oh. It's not in the top of my docket, but okay. Aggravated battery with deadly weapon. So you have a witness that you've discovered.
Yes.
And you want to take the deposition, or you think that you provide this name to the state, and you want to obviously, I guess, take the deposition, that right, Ms. Leon?
That's correct, Your Honor. And
So what, do you want to set this for the second week trial, or what y'all want to do?
no, Your Honor,
No?
I'm not going to be ready for trial. I only have this week to depose this person, and based on the deposition, I may need to further investigate. And it's a serious charges.
Are you asking for a continuance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who? You?
Continue it. It was just,
June
this is getting to be an older case, so.
June 26th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
June 26th. Well, you should have got me the name earlier.
All right, thank you.
Matthew Hartley, or whoever's. Honor, this is Matthew Hartley in 22 CF 1141. We have gone over his plea agreement. He's prepared to withdraw his previously entered plea of not guilty and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay.
As soon as he signs the plea, I'll.
All right. Mr. Hartley, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for his course is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
And Ms. Flowers, I have the score sheet.
All right, it's 22 CF 1141, Matthew Hartley. He's entering, you want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of felony battery, a third-degree felony, is that correct? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? This form that explains your rights? Did you read and sign this? You understand you're waiving your right to a jury trial by entering this plea, this no contest plea?
Sir, I want to do that deal.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here this morning? Court finds the plea is free. Oh, are you happy with the work Ms. Flowers has done for you on your case?
Very happy.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge you guilty. Sentence you to credit for time served in the jail. 1 year probation, $515 court costs, $150 cost of defense, $140 restitution payable to victim Donald Sutter. Early termination of probation upon completion of all terms, waive costs of supervision. Anything else?
That's
Good.
Thank
Just
you.
missed the restitution reserved. You said.
$140.
It's 140, I said
Put it on there.
$140
Thank you, Your Honor.
to Donald Sutter is what I have.
That's his name, right? Donald Sutter?
I'll reserve on restitution in case that's not the right person.
Donald Sutter is the victim.
I understand. I don't know if he had additional expenses after he's, for the EMS and whatnot.
I'll reserve if there's a problem.
Just 90 days, Your Honor, and I
Yeah.
will get that as soon as possible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Gotta be. Gotta be fingerprinted too.
This- Next case.
Eli Unal. Your Honor, this is Eli Unal. We're here today in 22 CF 3051 for the charge of battery on a detainee. He's going to withdraw his previously entered plea of not guilty and enter a plea of no contest to an negotiated plea with the state. We have gone over the plea agreement in private in the back, but he was unable to sign, so he's just going to sign really quickly now.
All right.
Sorry, I know it's hard. Just your name right there. May I approach?
Mr. Unal, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's true, so help you God.
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. All right, this is 22 CF 3051. Mr. Unal, you want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of battery on a detainee, a third-degree felony. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, I do.
Did you read and sign his plea and sentencing agreement form, which explains your rights that you're waiving?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any kind of drugs or medication that will prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Flowers has done on your case for you?
Very much, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge guilty. Sentenced to 11.29 county jail with credit for time served. $515 court cost, $150 cost of defense. Cost payable within 180 days of release, then to collections and adjudicated. Anything else for Mr. Unal? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yes, ma'am.
Lonnie Odom. Honor, Mr.
Lonnie Odom, okay.
Lonnie Odom is here in 22 CF 2437. He is going to enter into a plea of no contest to count 2, and the state, I believe, is going to null pros count 1 in exchange for the plea. It has been signed by all. Odom? Lonnie Odom, the sixth.
Mr. Odom, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's true, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is 22 CF 2437, Lonnie Michael Odom. All right, count 1, possession of controlled substance. I believe the state is null prosing that case. Is that right? That count?
Yes, Your Honor.
And, Mr. Odom, you are entering a no contest plea to the charge of possession of paraphernalia, a misdemeanor.
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing form agreement?
Yes, sir.
You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here this morning?
No, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it, adjudicates you guilty, since 6 months standard probation. Continue with Bridgeway if recommended. Take medication as prescribed. Random UAs. Random
Breath tests.
breath tests. $100 cost of prosecution, $515 court costs, $150 cost of defense. And adjudicated. Anything else? All right, thank you.
Oh, also, I don't know if I wrote that in there. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I meant to write on waive cost of supervision.
Okay. Waive cost of supervision. Okay, Miss, anything else?
Yeah, I think we're all. Your Honor, may we briefly approach?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
But he was evaluated by, was it 1 or 2 physicians?
Dr. McDonald did an evaluation. She was court appointed to evaluate him for competency. We have gotten the report back. I've provided a copy to the state, as well as, Your Honor, by email, and we are where he was found competent to proceed.
Okay, it states, all right,
stipulating, Your Honor.
on that doctor's evaluation and the stipulation, court finds he's competent to enter that plea. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dean Thomas Workman.
Did you say Workman?
Workman. Yes, Your Honor. And 2023 CF 184. Page 14 of my docket, but. Your Honor, he's going to withdraw his previously entered plea of not guilty and enter a plea of no contest to a lesser included charge of simple battery, which is a misdemeanor.
Okay. Mr. Workman, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's the truth, so help you God.
I do.
And I have the plea, if I may approach.
All right. All right, Gene Thomas Workman, 2023 CF 184. You want to enter a no contest plea to a lesser charge of simple battery and misdemeanor. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign his plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you, threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here this morning? You happy with the work Ms. Flowers done on your case for you?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entering. Court accepts it, withholds adjudication. Since you had 11.29 months probation, enter and complete mental health court program, waive cost of supervision, 270 court costs, $150 cost of defense. Adjudication withheld. Anything further? Thank you.
Oh, yeah. And I believe that's all I have on the docket, if I may be excused.
Scared me at first, but yes, thank you. Why don't we take a, is there any other private attorneys that we're going to take yours just a minute, but why don't we've been going for an hour and almost 45 minutes, so why don't we take about a 15-minute break?
Judge, can I call 2 up real quick? That'll be easy.
All right.
Before we do that.
Okay.
David Hurst I believe the state's going to make an announcement.
David Hurst.
Yes, sir. Judge, this case is outside the statute of limitations.
That and also the victim unfortunately is deceased at this point, and the state cannot go forward for both reasons, statute of limitations and the victim being deceased. So at this time, the state dismisses the charges against the defendant.
Well,
And Judge, we'll accept the null pros.
I don't, oh, okay, I see. Can I get just in the future, just a alphabetical list of defendants? I'll do that. Yeah, in Fort Walton, we had just I can find them real quick. Not anything else but their name in alphabet. All right, David Hurst. You got any objections to the state dismissing charges against you? I guess not. Okay, thank you. Charges dismissed.
All right, Judge, the next lady is likewise ambulatory with assistance.
Okay.
Shirley Jones, 22 CF 2582. If I can ask that she just stand.
All right, that's fine. Ms. Jones, you back there? Can you hear me okay? All right, and is the state dismissing charges against her?
Judge, this is a
Plea?
plea to a misdemeanor, Judge.
Can she not walk up here?
Ma'am, can you go ahead and ambulate up here, please? And it's not to a misdemeanor, Judge, it's to a felony petty theft, so I will need a score sheet.
Just put the
Jones,
judge's
okay.
name.
Are you okay, Ms. Jones?
Although when I get cold, I go to having muscle spasms.
All right. Okay, well, it'd just be just a minute, okay? All right. Ms. Jones, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is court's the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay. And this is 22 CF 2582. You want to enter a no contest plea to, is it felony petty theft?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
That's correct, Judge.
Did you read, Ms. Jones, did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form and
sir.
understand your rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you, threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts the plea, withholds adjudication, sentences you to 18 months probation, $100 cost of probation, $150 combined PD fees, $415 court costs, no trespassing at Walmart, mental health evaluation, and complete any recommended treatment.
I'm already in mental health.
Okay, well, is that going to count for her mental health portion?
Remain in her current program?
Absolutely, as far as probation, if it's fine.
So okay, that counts. The one you're in counts. And don't go to Walmart. Does that mean any Walmart or Crestview Walmart?
Crestview.
Crestview Walmart? Don't go to Crestview Walmart while you're
I
on probation.
haven't.
Okay, while you're on probation, okay. All right. Okay, anything further for Ms. Jones?
Just, Madam Clerk, there may be an FTA. If there is, I need to announce that the state will not take any action on it.
I think this is when we did the motion to set aside the FTA.
I'm just making sure, I didn't reflect that in my records, so just to be sure.
Was there a capias or something issued for her? I would recall it if
Defense
there
was reminded that probably was recalled, but just to clarify.
I'll recall it if it wasn't.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
And the score sheet, Your Honor. Mr. Williams?
Judge, I have no objections to the score sheet.
All right. Okay, thank you, Ms. Jones. Thank
Talk
you.
with them for just a second.
And Your Honor, due to her having the public defender, we request the supervision fees be waived.
Yeah. All right, it seems like we're making good progress today. Well, do we have 90-something people, or doesn't seem like that many? Okay. We'll take 15, it's quarter to, take a 15-minute break, okay?
Thank you, Jeff.
All right.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
For more than 30 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Island has permeated the downtown commercial district. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Island's burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1945. Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at Dave'sTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Bapo's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you'd expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
For more than 30 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Island has permeated the downtown commercial district. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Island's burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1945.
Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at Dave'sTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Now, Judge Oberleeson was setting stuff on that date, 6/26, at 1:30 for public defender cases. The idea being to try to keep people from having to wait all morning, since the morning's typically taken up with privates. Do you want to do that, or do you want to just have her come in at 9 o'clock? Right now, about half the docket's going to be showing up at 1:30, and about half of it will be showing up in the morning.
Whatever's easiest for you and the state, and
It's the same for me, Your Honor. I'm here all day.
that's fine. Yeah, whatever's easiest for everybody. That's good. And this was Teresa Keene.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. So you wanted what? June 26th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You want to come at 9 or at 1:30?
1:30.
Okay. Judge, she's asking if we can set her at the 1:30 time, so
Sure.
that's what I'll do.
Yeah, that's good.
All righty, Sheila Jones.
Marnie, is this a touch screen? Names, a touch screen?
I'll need a score sheet on this.
Yes, sir.
I just couldn't see the mouse.
Did I email them to you? If I did, I'm gonna print them and then get them available. The score sheet, I don't have it on the
Yeah,
file.
it won't have your.
Okay, I got you. It's like Star Trek up here with all these. All right, who is this, Mr. Williams?
Judge, this is Sheila Jones.
All right.
Your Honor, it's going to be to 11-month, 29 days probation, and we'll get you a score sheet.
No, here it is, Mr.
You
Wu.
got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Ms. Jones, would you raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's true, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Okay. You want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of, is it?
It's uttering a forged instrument,
instrument, a
Judge.
third-degree felony?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form, Ms. Jones?
I did.
You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? You aware of your rights you're waiving, mainly a trial by jury?
I do.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that prevents you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams done on your case for you?
What was that?
Are you happy with your attorney's work he did on the case for you?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it, adjudicates you guilty, sentenced to 11.29 months probation. There's no restitution since the property was returned. $415 court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, $50 PD application fee, $100 PD fee, $100 community service work, which may not be bought out but can be performed in the defendant's home state. No contact with Haven Wag. I guess that's the victim,
That's
and
correct,
adjudicated. Is that correct? Anything further?
No, you don't.
Okay, thank you.
All righty, ma'am. We're going to talk with you over here. Judge, I also have Damon Hutchinson.
Okay.
Judge, this is also going to be a plea. It's a felony battery.
All right. Is he an inmate?
No, sir. Mr. Hutchinson, come on up and stand over by me.
All right, Mr. Hutchinson, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court's true, so help you God. Okay, thank you. You want to enter a no contest plea, the charge of felony battery, a third-degree felony? All right. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form, which explains your rights as you're waiving? Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that prevents you from knowing what you're doing here this morning? Anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done on your case for you? Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts the plea. Judge guilty. 18 months probation, early termination in 12. If all conditions are met, no new violations. Stay away from Ernest Williams. Take anger management class. May take online. Standard court costs, cost of prosecution, $150 combined PD fees, and adjudicated guilty. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
The score sheet, Your Honor?
All right.
And Your Honor, based on the public defender being appointed, we request a supervision fee be waived.
Okay, I'll waive them.
No objection to the score sheet, Judge.
All right.
You ready?
I got an interpreter.
What's your interpreter's name?
It is Olgabatova.
Olga Badov?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do? You want to do this case now?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is,
No, this is my case, I'm sorry.
Nebraska.
Yeah. Nebraska.
Yeah.
Miss Milana Nebraska, 2021 CF 2817. Let me get the, is it just the one person, the interpreter?
Yes, sir.
Can't we get a longer? Find that. Need it on the other screen. Why is this? Oh, see, off to the right on this one, then it shows up on the, okay.
It's extended.
Okay. All right, are you Miss Olga Batova?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is Judge Gonteric, and we have before us case number 2021 CF 2817, Milana Neranskaiva, I believe is how you say her name.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Batova, would you raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear to accurately interpret the dialogue between the defendant, the attorneys, and the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay, so we have 2021 CF 2817, Milana Neranskaiva, and this is going to be a...
I've discussed it with the state attorney. We're going to move it to the next docket day on the condition that I filed the motion to dismiss, and I got the framework set, and we can file this and schedule a hearing prior to the next docket day for
The state has no objection, Your Honor. As Mr. Allen stated, he had to discuss that with me, and he asked for just a little more time to get that motion together.
And Madam Interpreter, will you?
All right, hang on one second. What's the docket day? What day is that going to be?
It would be pretrial, Your Honor, I believe.
Yes.
June 26th. Clerk?
June 26th? All right, so what you're basically saying is you want to continue it to June 26th?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Batova, would you tell Ms. Milana that his attorney wants to continue the case to June 26th because of some motions?
Адвокат хочет перенести слушание на 26 июня из-за того, что он готовит документ.
I understand.
All right. Yes.
Very important. Judge, and my discussion with the state today is that they put on the table reducing this to a battery misdemeanor, and I just need to make sure my client is aware of that through the interpreter, and I discussed it with her, and she rejected it.
All right. Is that correct, Ms. Basso?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Batova, would you tell Ms. Milana that her attorney, Mr. Allen, has a potential agreement with the state? Is that an official offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
An offer to reduce these charges down from, is that a second-degree felony?
Third degree, Your Honor.
Third-degree felony, from a third-degree felony to a misdemeanor. Tell her that so far.
Мадам Неронская, ваш адвокат, у него сейчас потенциальное соглашение есть с обвинителем, чтобы изменить ваше обвинение с третьей степени преступления до просто правонарушения. Он ведет переговоры, чтобы снизить с третьей степени до просто правонарушения.
Do you understand that?
Вы понимаете?
Tell her that, is this a probationary offer or jail?
Probationary offer, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Botava, tell Ms. Milana that if she wants to enter a plea, no one's forcing her to do this, but if she wants to, the state is offering to reduce the charge to where she would only get a sentence of, at most, 1129 probation, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Probation. She would just be on probation for 11 months, 29 days. If she goes to trial, she runs the risk of felony conviction and possible Department of Corrections sentence. Tell her that.
Если вы хотите сказать свое отношение, как вы признаете себя виновной, невиновной, или вы хотите просто понести наказание, то тогда обвинитель согласен просто это снизить до правонарушения, и вам грозит максимум от 11 до 29 дней испытательного периода. Но если вы решите довести дело до суда, то может такое случиться, что суд присяжных обвинит вас уже в преступлении, а не просто в правонарушении.
I understand, sir. I understand. I need to think about this.
You want to think about it? Okay, well, we're going to continue the, what do you think about that?
Your Honor, if she wishes to think about it and let Mr. Allen know, we can let that remain open.
What, do you want June 26th?
Yes, that's the pretrial date, yes, sir.
All right, we'll give you till June 26th, and no one's forcing you to do anything, okay? But you have a chance to get just probation for a year if you want to enter a plea, and that's what I'll sentence you to. I'm not going to play any games and give you jail time. I'll give you probation, okay? Now, what? You want to
Sure.
tell her that? Hang on a second.
Сначала мне нужно сказать, что он... Значит, никто вас не принуждает сказать, виноваты вы, не виноваты, и что вы хотите, как признать свою вину или не признавать. Но если мы это перенесем в июне, вы можете это решить в июне или сказать свое решение адвокату до 26 июня. Но максимальное, что вам грозит, если вы договоритесь через адвоката с обвинителем, это испытательный срок.
I understand, sir.
Okay.
One last thing now.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to just make sure I get this on the record. I don't think the offer is still open, but initially the offer was pretrial intervention, and that was some months ago. And so I just need to make sure that she's aware that that had been on the table, but I don't believe it's still.
And, Your Honor, that would have been to a felony with a plea, Your Honor. Additionally, Your Honor, there is a main provision with what any resolution we would have offered. It would have been no unsupervised contact with any minors. She cannot work with children. That was a big thing based on the charges.
So
not working with children will still be a part of any agreement that is made, including the misdemeanor offer that we made.
And that would just be during her term of probation?
That's correct, Your Honor.
After that, she could work with children if she wanted to?
We have no jurisdiction after that, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, tell her that if she enters a plea, she can't work with children while she's on probation, but after that, she can work for kids.
То есть, если вы решите не доводить дело до суда, то вот это условие, что не работать с детьми, оно будет действовать только на период испытательного срока, который может быть до 1 года.
I understand, sir.
All right, think about it, and we'll see you on June 26th, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Тогда думайте, и мы увидимся 26 июня.
Thank you. All right, you're free to go. Thank you, Miss. We have anyone else here needs Russian, speaks Russian? Okay. You're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Justina Turner on behalf of Max Alvarado in 19 CF 2316. Max is present and approaching. This is a plea and sentence agreement that we have, and I believe several of these Zoom.
We do have several people on Zoom. May we approach briefly, Judge?
All right.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
That Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
For more than 30 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Island has permeated the downtown commercial district. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Island's burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1945. Dave's Tire Pro.
Ask the IT guys if we can get a mouse that's over here somewhere. If we can get a mouse. All right, this is Judge Gonteric. Ms. Ramirez, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
All right, and what is your attorney's name? Is it Thomas Federer? Is that correct?
Sir, Ryder is my civilian attorney. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then we have, is it Major McCrary?
Yes,
sir. I'm present as well.
All right. Well, let me just speak up if you can't hear what's going on, because, of course, you're on Zoom. All right. This is 2019 CF 2316, State of Florida versus Maximiliano Alvarado. And Ms. Turner, go ahead.
Yes, sir. We do have some pretrial motions out there. But today we are here for an entry of a plea and a sentencing. There is a agreed upon recommended sentence with the state. The plea is a no contest plea to a lesser included offense of attempted felony battery. That is a third-degree felony, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Alvarado wants to enter a no contest plea to felony, third-degree felony, attempted battery?
Yes, sir.
Is that right? Attempted felony battery?
Correct.
Okay, is that right, Mr. Rogers?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Alvarado, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you, you want to enter a no contest plea to a felony, third degree, attempted felony battery? Is that my understanding of what you want to do?
Sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
I did, Your Honor.
And it has all your rights that you're in here that are listed in this form that you're waiving. Do you understand that? And of course, the main right is right to a jury trial. You understand you're waiving that right? You fully discuss that with your attorney, Ms. Turner? Okay. Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
Yes, sir.
All right. I believe that the state wants to, under Marcy's law, make a statement or call witnesses. Is that
Your Honor,
correct?
I believe, I do see that Ms. Ramirez is present by Zoom. I do not know if she wishes to make a statement this morning or not.
All right, Ms. Ramirez, did you want to make a statement regarding the sentence prior to the court proceeding further?
Yes, I would like to make a victim impact statement.
All right, okay, there you go. Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. Did Mr. Rogers, do you want to ask her any questions, or do you want to just make your statement, Ms. Ramirez?
Major Ramirez, it's my understanding you wish to make a victim impact statement this morning. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You may proceed.
All right, go ahead. Thank you, Ms. Ramirez. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I would like to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to address the defendant in the court. I am a physician and an active duty officer in the United States military, and I was raped by the defendant, Max Alvarado. October 7th, 2018 was the final night of a last-minute weekend trip to visit someone I had considered one of my closest friends and her new boyfriend, Max Alvarado. We were both celebrating the end of a trip and sharing in the sorrows of my recent breakup. We were all quite
I'm
young.
so sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry, Your Honor. Attorney Thomas Fider on behalf of the victim. I see the counsel and her client there. I'd please advise the court to be mindful of their expressions and the defense counsel's shaking her head, rolling her eyes. I can see you. My client can see you, and I hope this is being recorded. Your Honor, I'm so sorry to interrupt my client, but I'd ask you to keep mindful of professionalism here. Ms. Turner, thank you.
Well, I was focused on your Ms. Ramirez, and I wasn't watching the defense counsel, and I don't know if that happened or not, but...
Well, if it's being recorded, Your Honor, you can pull it back.
Okay. Well, don't make any type of expressions, Ms. Turner or Mr. Alvarado. If you did do that, I don't know. I was focused on listening to Ms. Ramirez.
Yes, sir, I did shake my head, and I will refrain from doing that from now on. I'm sorry.
And the rolling of the eyes when my client is speaking.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms.
Funny, Ms. Turner?
What?
Is it funny to you, Ms. Turner, my client's victim impact statement?
She's not laughing.
Okay, well, she was smiling to me, Judge. I'm here to fight and advocate on behalf of my client, and I want her dignity and her rights respected. Thank you. I appreciate, and I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Judge.
All right, you interrupt anytime you want to if you think something's happening. I'm trying to focus on Ms. Ramirez, and I can't watch everybody at once. So, okay, Ms. Ramirez, I'm sorry. I was focused on what you were saying, and would you please say the last sentence or two, because I've lost track. But, okay, go ahead.
On October 7th of 2018, it was the final night of a last-minute weekend trip to visit someone I had considered one of my closest friends and her new boyfriend. We were both celebrating the end of my trip and sharing in the sorrow of my recent breakup. We were all quite drunk, and I fell asleep alone on the couch. I awoke to Max Alvarado pulling off my clothes and molesting me as I struggled to maintain consciousness. No matter how many times I pushed him away and said no, he would just silently wait until I passed out again, and I would wake up again to him molesting me again. I ran and locked myself into his son's bedroom and prayed under the covers that I would be safe, but I was wrong. He picked the lock, and despite my pleas to stop, he raped me. He raped me on his child's bed, and I felt a piece of my soul leave my body forever. I was terrified, disgusted, ashamed, and alone. And I knew that reporting this act of sexual violence would involve an equally violating process, telling people what happened in fine detail over and over again, and an equally violating sexual assault nurse exam. I didn't want to do it alone. I just wanted to fly back home so that my actual friend could be there with me. But my siblings and my brother-in-law told me that one of them would fly out to Florida to be with me, but I needed to do the right thing, the hard thing, and report it immediately. If I had known that I would spend the next 4.5 years being victimized and blamed for every decision I made on October 7th, 2018, I probably would not have reported it. If I had known that I would be forced to take a taxi from Fort Walton Beach Hospital to a battered women's shelter to wait for my brother-in-law, and then take a 2.5-hour Uber to Mobile Regional Airport just to physically get out of the same state as the man that raped me, I probably would have just gotten on my flight home and not reported it. I reported my rape to authorities at 03:55 on October 8th, 2018. Max Alvarado was not charged and arrested until nearly a year later on August 21st, 2019, because my report wasn't enough to take a rapist off the streets. Crestview would not arrest Max Alvarado without the DNA evidence, but they also made it very clear that their lab was quite busy and sexual assault cases like mine are low priority. So it took the finding of my DNA on Max's penis to finally arrest him in August of 2019, and then started the 3.5 years of Max delaying this Class 1 felony case of sexual battery into oblivion, until it became an inconvenient nuisance for the prosecution that needed to be quietly resolved to prevent bringing to light the fact that the state of Florida simply forgot about this felony case. I have been told over and over again that the facts of my case make the probability of obtaining a conviction at trial low. I requested multiple times to have the jurisdiction of my case released to the Air Force, but the state of Florida refused, saying that they wanted to prosecute my case. I have been told that the fact that I was drinking, that I showered after the assault, that I would emotionally shut down during my deposition are all problematic. And to that I say, drinking alcohol doesn't give someone the right to rape you. And no, Connie, it was not the alcohol that made Max rape me, because being drunk also does not give you the right to rape someone. And cases of sexual violence will continue to be difficult to prosecute if prosecutors refuse to prosecute them. The chances of a conviction at trial may be low, but taking a plea deal makes the chances of convicting a sexually violent individual 0. And by maintaining the status quo and refusing to do the hard work of taking rapists to trial, you actually make it harder for future rape victims to get justice. Today, you've just made it that much harder for every future rape victim to get justice. I, better than anyone, know what doing the hard thing, even if it means losing, feels like, because it is all that I have done for the last 4.5 years. There are no words that can accurately describe the physical and emotional suffering that I have endured since October 7th, 2018. When Max raped me on his son's bed, I lost my humanity, my dignity, and my sense of safety. Every day I put on the same uniform as Max Alvarado, and I'm reminded that I have to serve my country with the man that raped me. Every day I put on a strong face while I treat my patients with dignity and compassion, and then I go home and cry. And sometimes I barely make it to my car before I feel the overwhelming weight of my pain and my suffering. Whereas most people feel safe in their beds at night, I'm terrified of falling asleep every night because of what Max Alvarado did to me. And when the courts shut down in 2020 because of the COVID pandemic, I was on the front lines, putting my life at risk to take care of my patients. Doing the hard work means working 12-hour shifts for 14 days straight with insufficient supplies of PPE, while finding out that your rape case has yet again been delayed. People thanked me for my service, but all I wanted was to not have to serve alongside the man who raped me. So here are the facts. Max Alvarado is a dangerous individual who raped me on his child's bed. He lacks the integrity to take accountability for his actions and the decency to show remorse for a disgusting act of sexual violence. And yet, he has been offered a plea deal that will allow a rapist to continue serving as an officer in the United States Air Force. And a rapist will very soon be afforded the right to retire honorably from active duty service. This plea deal with a no contest third-degree felony conviction withholding adjudication means that a rapist will walk out of this courtroom with the same freedoms as all the rest of us. No criminal record, no jail time, no probation, and merely $1,000 poor for his troubles. I wish that I could say that this plea deal would deter Max and other dangerous individuals from continuing to commit acts of violence. But given he has refused to take responsibility for his actions, I highly doubt it. This ruling merely sets a precedent that if you don't have a prior criminal record, then you get one rape for free. If you want victims of sexual assault and rape to do the hard thing and report crimes, then you need to take these criminals to trial and hold them accountable for their actions. Max, you may walk out of this courtroom with basically no repercussions, but you and I both know that since October 7th, 2018, you have been a rapist. You are a dangerous individual with no integrity, no sense of personal accountability, and apparently no felony conviction. But for the remainder of your life, wherever you go, whatever you might do, you will always be a rapist.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Ramirez. You've concluded your statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, Mr. Rogers?
Judge,
State Attorney's Office? Yes.
That's correct. So the court has read the plea agreement accurately. This is the state's agreement. Unfortunately, as Ms. Ramirez has already referred to, there are critical evidentiary issues associated with this case. This has given myself and my office serious pause as to the state of the evidence, the ability to prove this case at trial, and given the option between an acquittal at trial, which is a substantial probability given the state of the evidence, and some criminal record for Mr. Alvarado, this was the option that my office has chosen. To the extent the court wishes to hear further regarding the specifics as to the state of the evidence, I'd be happy to approach and address it further, Your Honor.
I have a question, if I may, Judge.
Okay. Yes. Mr. Freder?
Fighter, sir.
Fighter? Yes, sir.
The name of the prosecutor, may I ask?
My name is Zachary Rogers, sir.
Zach Rogers with the State
Mr.
Attorney's
Rogers,
Office.
I understand that you've spoken with my client.
That's correct, sir.
I've never spoken with you, sir. Did you not get my notice of appearance as victim counsel for Dr. Ramirez?
Sir, I've spoken with Ms. Ramirez.
Without her counsel?
Well, sir, that is not my obligation under Marcy's law. Furthermore, I gave your client notice on Wednesday of last week that I would be speaking with her regarding this agreement. And Judge, the court has specific questions regarding my compliance with Marcy's law. I'd be happy to answer them.
you've fully complied with Marcy's law. Is that what you're representing to the court?
I have, Your Honor. My obligation is to provide the right to reasonable, accurate, timely notice of hearings as to plea and sentencing. Ms. Ramirez, the victim in this case, is present before the court today. She has the right to be heard at this hearing, and she has been heard by the court. She has the right to confer with a prosecuting attorney regarding plea and sentencing. She has done so.
Did you file a notice of hearing as to this plea date, sir?
Sir, there is notice, so there was notice filed with the court?
Yes or no, sir? I'm so sorry.
It looks like she's had notice because Ms. Ramirez is here. I mean,
The clerk's.
I understand, Your Honor. She is, and I'm not saying she wasn't noticed. What I'm concerned with is the propriety with which the state attorney's office has handled this case. I would ask that the court accept the plea if that's what it wants to do and reset this for sentencing so that it can be properly done. If not, I think there's a violation of Marcy's law here. And I'm concerned with Mr. Rogers talking to my client, admittedly having my notice of appearance and speaking to a client without her lawyer there. I think we're in the nascent stages of the development of proper procedures when it comes to victims' rights, with the constitutional amendment having passed recently. But I think we need to make sure we do everything we can here to get it right so that there's no appellate remedies or issues. So I'd only ask that the state attorney, when there is a rape case, in this case, a Harvard Medical School physician who is currently on active duty, who would have liked to have been there in person, was given notice Wednesday, the week before. I was on active duty all weekend. My client is still on active duty. I'm serving in this case in my civilian capacity, but how is that reasonable notice, Mr. ASA? And Your Honor, respectfully, I know you don't know everything about this case or haven't been involved in it over the years, but this is very disturbing, as I'm sure you would agree, having heard the facts. I think that the more appropriate way to handle this case is to do a proper notice of hearing, giving your victims the ability, especially knowing that they're out of state, especially when they're on military orders. I think this is done improperly. We need to reset it so that Mr. Alvarado can be sentenced at another time. The plea can be entered now, but it should be noticed so that she can also have the option of seeing him having the sentence being delivered by the court.
right,
I'd also like to ask that I'm so sorry, Judge, I cut you off.
All right, well, of course, the state attorney's office represents the people of the state of Florida, and at the same time, in a sense, represents the victims. And my association with having, this is my first day with this court, in this case. I've been doing this 42 years as a prosecutor in Gainesville, Florida for 4, and then the rest as a defense attorney up here. And 11 years as a judge, and I have observed nothing but the most aggressive handling of cases by this state attorney's office. They don't take their duties lightly. Every case I've seen that I've had, especially with Mr. Rogers, he's been very professional. I appreciate the seriousness of this charge, and your input, Mr. Fighter. The court has considered Ms. Ramirez's statement. It was a very eloquent statement. It was seriously considered by the court. You say she's a Harvard graduate medical school, I believe. She's extremely well-spoken and has voiced her concern, I think, of not only herself, but of other victims of sexual offenses. State feels that this is what they apparently have evidentiary problems, and this is what they've agreed to with the defense.
I heard, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, sir, but I just wanted to make a note on that. I heard what the state said, and we can go forward on a sexual battery charge with just testimonial evidence. This was not a plea that my client wanted to acquiesce to. She reluctantly is accepting it because that's what Mr. Rogers is telling her. That's what it's going to be. We're very upset with the manner in which this office and this prosecutor has handled the case, but they have prosecutorial discretion, sir, and what can we do about that? The only thing I'll say is I would ask for, at a minimum, a restitution hearing requiring the defendant's presence set for a future date, if nothing else.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Fighter. I appreciate that. The court cannot step into the shoes of the prosecution and the defense, and they've made this agreement, and the prosecutors made this agreement. So the court is going to sentence to Mr. Alvarado to withhold adjudication, court costs within 90 days. Was there anything else on this, Mr. Rogers?
No, Your Honor.
Judge, we'd ask
What about
for
the restitution? Was there a restitution?
There's no agreement as to restitution, Your Honor. Would the court be willing to reserve on the issue?
Yes. I'll reserve on restitution. If there's need of a hearing, I'll be happy to have it.
Judge, can we get the location or the address of the defendant for our purposes?
No, I object, Your Honor.
I don't have control over his address. You can certainly try to reach that through the state attorney's office or his attorney.
Okay, Ms. Turner, will you accept service?
No, sir. No, sir. I don't know what this is going to. This is a plea and sentencing hearing. And as to the issue of restitution, there's no restitution ordered. We object to the reservation.
I imagine that will be decided at a hearing, or if there needs to be a hearing or not. Okay? So there's no restitution. There's no restitution. If there is, there is. I'll hear it if you can't come to some agreement or whatever it is. Okay? All right. Thank y'all. Thank you. Anything further?
No, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Barney, come over here. This mouse doesn't seem to be working. Is that it? Is that it? Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't use a little mouse with a tiny tail. I gotta have a mouse with a tall, long tail.
He's putting your wireless one in. Oh, that's fine.
So am I off Zoom now as far as?
Let's drag it all over to this. That's all. Yeah, that's why I put it in as 1129. I didn't realize I made the other.
Lowe's makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaceTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years.
This is
Come
just,
in and let us take care of you.
a brand new
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning, so come on down and take a look.
CQ Roofing.
Office. This is David Weisar. He's on page 19 of your docket.
What's his name?
Weisar, page 19. He's number 52. For the record, case numbers are 21 CF 1739 and 21 CF 1740. Judge, on these cases, we were set for trial, but recently we found out that there's some additional evidence that we need to look at. State's requested a download of Mr. Weisar's cell phone that's in evidence, and we're waiting for that, and as soon as we get that, hopefully we'll have this thing ready to go to trial next time.
The state has no objection, Your Honor, based on the fact that the download still needs to be completed and reported on.
All right, this is David Weisar, 2021 CF 1739. Now, tell me again what you want to do.
Judge, he's got two cases, 1739 and 1740. Both cases we're asking for a continuance to the next pretrial conference, June 26.
It is without objection, Your Honor.
All right, continue it.
And
June 26th.
at 1:30, Judge, with the rest of the PD cases.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, I've been asked to recall the case of Sheila Jones. That's docket number 22 CF 2467. Judge, I need to, after talking with probation, specify that she be allowed to do mail-in reports. She lives in Coffee Springs, Alabama. We've sentenced her to 11 months, 29 days probation. But we need to specify the mail-in reports, otherwise she's still going to have to go through interstate compact.
Mr. Berry,
That's correct, Your Honor.
is there any problem with that? Okay, I approve. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I have two other out of custody that I'd like to call.
Okay.
Judge, first is going to be Cecily Austin. Judge, she's present approaching in 22 CF 2763, 21 CF 1945. Judge, we're trying to get some video on this case. We're asking to continue this to the next trial cycle.
No objection.
She's number 41 on my docket, Judge, page 14.
Wish these were in alphabetical order because they're just scattered.
I think they're alphabetical order, Judge, initially by private attorneys, then by no attorney, then RCC, then the Public Defender's Office.
It's not, okay. Cecily Austin. You want a continuance?
Yes, Judge, next trial cycle, 626.
26.
No objection.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Granted.
Thank you, Judge. Give me a call. Judge, the only other person that I have on docket The only other person I have, Judge, is Dallas Dodd. Judge, I do not see him in the courtroom. We are set on a plea or trial in this case. The state has revoked their offer in our communications earlier today. I do not see him here. I am still needing to meet with him to go in more detail about this case. I would ask to set it either for Thursday or.
I'll ask for a capias, Your Honor, no bond. I'm in the process, and I've discussed with defense of amending the information to add an additional count of domestic violence by strangulation and tampering with a witness.
All right.
It's a serious case, and I have victims involved, Your Honor.
I'm getting ready to rule in your favor.
But I have to state some things on the record, Your Honor. I apologize.
It's all right. Capias, no bond, and we'll set him for, it appears the state may be adding some charges or something.
That, we've discussed that,
So
Judge.
June 26th?
That's fine.
If we need it for a status, Judge, yeah.
Okay.
Typically, I think in these situations, this case remains open, but it kind of just gets left off the docket until the person is picked up on that KPS, and after they're picked up, they get reassigned a new court date.
Okay.
We can leave it on that date. Judge, I have two other matters that are not on docket. First is a written plea, if I could submit that to a misdemeanor.
Sure, yeah.
Signature page on the back, Judge, for your signature.
Look, let me ask y'all, it's past, it's 10 afternoon, after the noon hour. I never eat lunch. Do y'all want me to keep going and just finish up? I mean, I just soon work through lunch, but I don't want y'all to pass out on me because your blood sugar gets low or something, you know. But I just soon always, I never go to lunch, really. I just work, when I have court dates especially, I just soon just keep going, maybe take a 15, 20, how do y'all feel about, and this is my first day up here. I think y'all know how that had me in Fort Walton Beach. I prefer to just keep working hard as we can, straight, get it done.
That's fine, Your Honor.
You know, is that how
Today,
y'all?
that would be fine, Judge. I'm probably the only actual diabetic in the room, but my blood sugar's fine. We can keep going.
Well, just let me know if you're going to pass out, and we'll let you fall on the floor over here and keep going. So.
Keeps a good eye on me.
All right, I just soon keep going, and
Yes.
because the citizens waiting, I mean, they don't want to, okay. All right, so we got Nathan Craig, is that?
He's not on docket, Judge. He's already reset for June 26th. However, that's a misdemeanor plea that we'd like to do in absentia. He has signed it digitally and sent that to me. Both Ms. Leone and I have signed that as well.
Any objection to that from the state?
Ms. Leone, for Mr. Craig,
Yes.
any objection?
No objection.
Okay.
The only other matter that I have, it's also not on the docket, there's a Joseph Gainey. We had him on Thursday, 18 CF 408. We stipulated that he has all the DOC credit that he needs. DOC is just requesting your honor to sign a copy of the minute sheet to submit to them so that they can ensure that he is eligible for release while we're waiting still on the judgment and sentence.
You got that for me to sign?
I believe the clerk has that ready for you to sign as well.
So he's already, so he has served his sentence.
He has well over 30 months worth
Okay,
of credit,
well,
Judge.
all right.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business.
Let me sentence this other fella. Nathan Craig, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
22 CF 1553. He has entered a plea, a nolo contendere plea to a misdemeanor.
So there's no valid driver's license charge originally. He was originally charged with a felony count of possessing a fabricated or altered tag. The agreement is that that's going to be simply be a lesser included of attaching a tag not assigned misdemeanor,
Okay.
second degree.
So So a misdemeanor, a second-degree misdemeanor attaching a tag not assigned, and sentencing him to $300 court costs to include $50 cost of prosecution, $100 PD fee, due within 180 days.
Thank you, Judge.
Is that right? Okay.
Thank you.
Judge, with the court's permission, I'll call the remainder of the out-of-custody cases in alphabetical order so that we can get
All right.
folks out of here. Robert Lamb. Judge, this is going to be a plea. I think it says as charged.
Well, yeah, but you left off.
How many were you asking?
15, it was 15.
15.
But it's fine.
2022 CF 1483, Robert Braden Lamb. Okay. Mr. Lamb, would you raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is court's truth, so help you God. You want to enter a plea to, no contest plea to possession of, with intent to sell cannabis. Is that correct? Is that right, Mr. Williams?
That's correct,
Okay.
Judge.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement? Mr. All right. You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? You want to force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing today? Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done on your case for you?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts the plea. Judge you guilty, sentence you 12 months probation, $515 court costs, plus $100 FDLE, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 combined PD fees, drug and alcohol evaluation treatment if recommended, no alcohol while on probation. What is CSWORX?
No alcohol or controlled substance.
Oh, controlled substance without prescription. Okay, I got you. Random breath and UAs and adjudicated. Anything else?
There you are.
All right, thank you.
And Your Honor, we'll request the supervision fees be waived based on the public defender.
No objection.
Nope. Yes, granted.
They'll talk with you for a minute. Well, they'll print you and then they'll talk with you. Desiree Lige. Judge, Ms. Lige is a dialysis patient and was not in court because she was in dialysis. She's set for today for the case to, for her to appear in front of the court and for her to hear her next court date. I'll go ahead and move to continue it to the 6/27 date.
Is this Miss Desiree right here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So you have to be on dialysis, is that right? Is that what I heard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, June 26th.
Thank you, Judge. Okay. Jacqueline Lige.
Good morning. All right, good afternoon, I guess now. Jacqueline Lodge, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course of truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You want to enter a no contest plea to charge of, is it organized fraud? Is that what I'm
That's correct,
reading?
Judge.
Less than 20,000, a third-degree felony. You understand that? And that's what you want to enter a no contest plea to? Okay. And did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Sir.
Which, you know, you're waiving your rights, especially a right to a jury trial. You know you're waiving that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done on your case for you?
Excellent.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Adjudication is withheld. 2 years community control, followed by 18 months probation, 120 hours community service with no buyout. Take anti-theft class. Do not return to any Tom Thumb stores. $692.56 restitution to Tom Thumb, store 57. $100 cost of prosecution, $450 court cost, $50 PD application fee, $100 PD fee. And the state is going to not take any action on apparently a failure to appear. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And adjudication's withheld. Anything else for Ms. Liege or Lodge?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we request the supervision fees be waived.
No objection.
Yes.
Thank you.
Grand.
Go over and see them.
All right, good.
Ashley Maya Novedo. Judge, this was passed for today without subpoenas. I'm going to move to continue it.
No objection.
June 26. Okay?
1:30,
Thank you,
Judge.
Ashley.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny Mason. Judge, Mr. Mason has two cases, 20 CF 733 and 22 CF 165. I'd like to leave him on for Thursday's trial review and instruct him to make arrangements to see me in my office either tomorrow or Wednesday.
This is Danny Burt Mason, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
2020 CF 733. And you wanted to do what now?
I want to leave him on for jury review. We're trying to get the case resolved one way or the other, but I need to get him to come into my office and meet with me.
Are you talking about May 24th? May 4th? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Because I have that designated as criminal miscellaneous. Is that what you call jury review?
Judge, we can call it criminal miscellaneous. That's fine. It's another date for us between now and actual jury
got you.
selection.
Yeah. I'm just, didn't see jury review on my
Yes,
calendar, so. Okay, well, May 4th, and see if you can get it resolved. Otherwise, we'll have a trial.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. We'll talk about it Thursday, I imagine. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah. Ray Mobley, 22 CF 2545. Judge, we have a negotiated plea agreement in this case.
All right, Mr. Mobley. Okay. Mr. Mobley, don't ever wear short pants in my court again, you understand? Mr. Mobley, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can now.
Don't ever wear short pants in my court again, okay?
Don't wear shorts. Keep your hands out of your pockets for me, okay?
Probably ought not wear short pants to any judge's court, okay? Are you Ray Mobley? Would you raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's truth, so help you God.
Do.
And you can hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Barely. I can hear you.
Do we have one of them hearing aid things? I mean, all right. All right, can you hear me okay, Mr. Mobley?
Yes, sir.
Okay. you want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of, can I get probation to keep it down over there because I'm picking you up? Okay, thank you. You want to enter a no contest plea to, let's see.
It's attaching improper tag, Judge.
Okay, attaching improper tag, and the state's going to dismiss the felony driving license suspended, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, so you want to enter a no contest plea to a misdemeanor attaching an improper tag. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
I did, Judge.
You understand your rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No.
You under the influence of any medication or drugs that would prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge guilty, 6 months probation, standard misdemeanor court cost, misdemeanor cost of prosecution, $50 PD application fee, and misdemeanor PD fee. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Supervision fees be waived, Your Honor.
Yes. Mr.
Shadrick Harrison. Well, Judge, did you want to break before calling the inmates or keep going through? I'm good with going through.
Let's keep going through, I guess.
All right. Chadrick Harrison.
Well, who do we have back here that's, is this one of your clients that wants to enter a plea?
Tim, what's your name? I don't have a Kalen Jones.
Oh, hang on one second. You don't have an attorney, ma'am?
Your Honor, yeah, no, she doesn't. She's not represented.
You want Ms. Jones, go ahead and talk
Do
to
you
her.
mind, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead. Tissue on that cushion. I thought that was a garbage can.
Your Honor, this is Miss Kalen Jones.
Okay.
Case number 23CF269. I had made an offer to Miss Jones that if she paid the court cost, I would dismiss the case. She said that she would need a little bit additional time to pay, so if we could set it, I'm not, you said June 8th?
Yes, ma'am.
June 8th, Your Honor, please.
June 8th. Okay, well, I have that as criminal miscellaneous. Is that fine?
Yes,
Is that
yes,
right?
Your Honor.
Okay.
Just to
All
give
right.
it enough
Can you get it
time.
done, paid by then, you think?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll continue to June 8th. Thank you.
you so much.
Okay.
Miss June.
All right, is this Robert McDonald?
No, Judge, this is Chadrick Harrison.
Chadrick Harrison.
Yes, sir. And it's going to be a plea.
All right, Mr. Harrison, would you raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, you want to enter a no contest plea in 21 CF 1024 to trafficking in heroin 4 to 14 grams. It looks like is that a first degree felony?
Yes, sir, it is.
With a 3-year minimum mandatory. And possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, constructive possession, a second-degree felony, which is a 15-year offense. And then the state is going to dismiss count 3, 4, and 5. And what about count 6, possession of paraphernalia? You going to dismiss that one?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then in 21 CF 2567, you want to enter a no contest plea to possession of a controlled substance, meth, a third-degree felony, possession of paraphernalia, a first-degree misdemeanor, and resisting arrest without violence, a first-degree, another misdemeanor. So that's what you would be entering a no contest plea to those charges, and the state's going to dismiss count 3, 4, 5, and 6 in 21 CF 1024. So you understand that, Mr. Harrison? And that's what you want to do? Enter that plea? No contest plea to those charges that I just announced? Do you have any questions about it?
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Mainly a right to a trial by jury? Okay. Are you under the influence of any drugs or medication that will prevent you from knowing what you're doing today? Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you happy with the work your attorney, Mr. Williams, has done on your case for you?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts the plea. Court adjudges you guilty on all counts. You're sentenced to Department of Corrections. Is it concurrent on all cases and all counts, Mr. Williams?
That's correct, Judge. 3 years state prison concurrent. On count 1 of 21 CF 1024, it will be a mandatory minimum.
All right, and on count 1, 21 CF 1024, 3 years minimum mandatory sentence. You receive credit for time served in the jail, awaiting trial, plea, and sentencing in this case. All the misdemeanors, you're adjudged guilty, sentenced to time served. In case number 21 CF 1024, $940 court costs. In 21 CF 2567, $515 court costs. $100 cost of prosecution, $50 PD fee, $100 PD fee in each case. $200 cost of prosecution, $100 PD fee, and application fee, $200 PD fee. That's a sum total of those fees, I guess, correct, Mr.
That's
Williams?
correct.
Okay. And adjudicated on all counts, all cases, and of course, they're to run concurrent with each other, each case, each count.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Now, Judge, there's one case remaining on the docket. It's 2019 CF 914. I provided a motion to the state. My understanding is that they're going to make an announcement.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is going to dismiss those charges against the defendant.
It's a worthless check case,
The
Judge.
worthless charges, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Did I have a,
And I have to provide the score sheet, Your Honor,
Okay.
because of the changes that we just made to the plea.
all right, yes, I was going to say.
Judge, the next case that I have is Donnie Henderson.
Henderson? Okay, good.
Okay. All right, Mr. Henderson. Fast, I typed it up for you. The 20.55, the low end of the guideline. Judge, this one we're going to pass until Thursday as well. I'm going to talk with the prosecutor one more time on it. But I think ultimately it's going to be a plea.
So you want to pass it to this Thursday, May 4th? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. I'd
Okay.
rather go ahead and get it
All right.
resolved. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Gary Hudson. Judge, I've just been advised Mr. Hudson was inadvertently returned to the jail. What I'm going to do on the case, though, is go ahead and continue it. That had been my original intention, but he was not transported over when we had court with him before, and that's why he was set for today.
Who was that?
Gary Hudson. It's 23 CF 51. It should be the first jail case. Actually, it's the first case after Mr. Henderson's.
Okay. Gary Lee Hudson. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to just move to continue it, Judge.
June 20, any objection?
No.
June 26.
Thank you.
What about, okay, next.
Harvey Langley, the fourth. And Judge, he's going to be case number 63 on page 23.
All right, Harvey Langley. Okay.
Yes, sir. All right, Judge. Your signature there. Judge, I've seen everybody. All right, Judge, we've got a negotiated plea.
Mr. Langley, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for us, well,
I do.
you swear the testimony you give for us, court's truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Yeah, you get credit for all the time that you have in.
All right, this is 22 CF 279, State versus Harvey Langley, the fourth. And you want to enter a no contest plea to,
It's a lesser,
a lesser offense of just,
burglary of a, can't remember now if it's occupied structure.
it's burglary with a battery, I believe.
Well, the first original count was burglary with a battery, Judge. Here, I'll show you. Original count was burglary with a battery.
Burglary of an occupied dwelling, which is a lesser offense of burglary with a battery. Is that correct, Mr. Williams?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. And to burglary of an unoccupied structure, trespass to a conveyance, which is a misdemeanor, petty theft, a misdemeanor, and possession of a controlled substance, meth, which is a third-degree felony, and let's see, count one is that a first-degree felony or reduced down to a second-degree felony?
Judge, that's going to be,
Burglary of a dwelling is.
F2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So they're reducing reduced charges from a live felony to a second-degree felony, okay? All right.
Same deal, right?
yes.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement, Mr. Langley?
Signed it, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
We talked about it yesterday.
All right. Are you under any drugs or medication that prevents you from knowing what you're doing today?
No, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
Nope. No, sir.
You happy with the work Mr. Williams has done on your case for you?
I'm happy with my public defender.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. On count one, you are adjudicated guilty on all counts, and you're sentenced to, on count one, 36, you're judged guilty, 32.625 months Department of Corrections, with credit for time served, standard felony court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, $50 PD application fee, $100 PD fee. Counts 3 and 4, you're judged guilty, sentenced to time served. Let's see. And what about count 5? That looks like a felony. Okay, that's also a concurrent 32.625 months. Concurrent, correct, Mr. Williams?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, so basically time served on the misdemeanors, concurrent 32.625 on the felonies, and credit for time served adjudicated on all counts. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Yep.
Good luck to you.
Kevin Lestrap. Judge, I provided a copy of a mental health evaluation for mitigation purposes to the state.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if we're going to have time. Do you think you and I'd have time to talk about it between now and Thursday?
I can make some time, sure.
You want to
Judge,
bring it back Thursday?
Yes, sir. We can bring it
Okay.
back Thursday, try to get it resolved.
All right, thank you, sir. You come back in a couple of days, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Judge, the next one that I have is Vicente Martinez. Judge, after meeting again with Mr. Martinez last night, I'm going to request an expert do an evaluation on him for me. So I'm going to move to continue it.
Any objection?
No objection.
June 26th. We're going to continue your case. Thank you, sir.
Judge, I believe my final case is Robert McDonald. You also have him as Bobby McDonald.
Attorney. All I see is public defender all the way down. do they do this docket this way? It doesn't, everyone's all over the place, it seems like. All right, what we got Robert McDonald under public defender, then somewhere else on the docket we have him with no attorney. Is that?
He's got one case that he represents himself on, Judge. However, in discussions about the cases that I representing, Leone has indicated that she would dismiss the case where he's representing himself.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so that is 2022 CF 2648. He is, that case is going to be dismissed.
The failure to appear, yes, Your Honor, it is.
Okay.
In exchange for a plea to the other cases.
All right. So we have him here on 2019 CF 3440, 2019 CF 3443, and 2019 CF 3447, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. Mr. McDonald, would you please raise your right?
Also 1350 and 1357.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Should be
Yes,
total of
2020 CF 1350 and 2020 CF 1357.
That's correct, Judge.
All right. Mr. McDonald, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is court is truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Are you entering a plea?
Judge, he had a question about credit for time served. I tried to explain to him last night, and he's asking me again. And so I was just trying to answer his question for him.
Mrs. Leon, I have 907 days total on the 2019 cases. I'm just trying, I love your offer. It's more than generous. And I want to go with you on this. And on the 2020 cases, the two 1350 and 1357s, I have 756 days time credit.
I guess he's asking if it can be coterminous. Is that, well, Mr. Wood, can you ask that question? You know what I mean?
Or, what are you wanting to know?
I'm wanting to know because, Your Honor, if the 2020 cases are going to control the credit for time served, Your Honor, that would give me 750 days time credit. If I sign the 24-month plea today, that gives, for 20-month time sentence would be, for that was 730 days. That would put me 26 days over the sentence.
Presumably, you're not complaining about that.
I'm going to give
I'm not
you.
complaining about it.
I'm
I
going to
have no problem with it. I'm just trying to clarify that because that offer that you gave me is way more than generous.
I'm going to give you credit for time, full credit for time served that you're allowed under the law for each case. Okay? I mean, I don't know what the number is.
I think that Your Honor, I think that as far as the credit for time served, I think the 2020 cases are going to control credit for all time served. And that would give me 756 days time credit, Your Honor.
What's the plea deal?
It's each case, each count, adjudication of guilt, 24-month state prison with credit for any time served, concurrent. Court costs each case, 100 cost of prosecution each case, $50 PD application fee each case, $100 PD fee each case.
Sounds like he's
forfeit
already
the firearm.
served his sentence with this credit for time served, so let me have it. I mean, I'm not a guaranteeing that, but sounds to me like you've served almost, you've already served your sentence, a couple
Yes,
of
sir,
years
I have.
already. Okay, well, let me have I'll award you credit for all time served that you're entitled to for each case.
And the one other thing, Mr. Williams, the possession of weapon by convicted felon, that's constructive, is that right?
Right, it wasn't charged as actual possession, so
Just
there's
making
no
sure the record is
mandatory
clear.
minimum.
Yes, that's fine.
So, Your Honor, to make this clear, so I have basically served my sentence.
If you've served I'm gonna award you credit for time served, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna let you out on the very day that you're entitled to get out.
The Department of Correction, Your Honor, will calculate all the time that he has as
They don't want
credit.
anyone in prison that's not supposed to be there. But I don't know, I don't have the numbers, and I can't guarantee anything. All I can do is give you full credit for all your time served, okay?
Is there, Mrs. Leon, would you have an objection to me coming back on Thursday to get this clear?
Yeah, I would, because it's not up to the court, it's the Department of Correction that has to issue the credit, it's not me
See,
or the defense.
I say I give you full credit, and they figure it out, okay? But it sounds like you've got a couple of years already, and I'm going to give you 24 months concurrent. Plus, they give you gain time, but it sounds like you got it. But I can't guarantee, I don't calculate it.
Yes, sir.
Your kind of your worst-case scenario right now would be if everything that you're saying is correct, that the jail, instead of releasing you, makes you go to Lake Butler, get a number, and be released out of Lake
Or
Butler.
to Chipley.
Believe me,
maybe
they
is Chipley
they don't
the
want
reception
anyone
center
in
now?
prison that's not supposed to be there. I guarantee you know that.
I will be awarded with credit, any and all credit for time served, Your Honor? Any and all?
Yes, sir.
Current, yeah.
All right, thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Leon.
All right, can I have the plea form?
As soon as he signs it, Judge, and Ms. Leone will need to
And
sign it.
the 2648 case does go away.
The failure to appear, yes,
Okay.
I
There's no
dismissed it.
process, right?
I did it on the record, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Today's the first. Thank you.
It's, Mr. McDonald, did I swear you in?
Yes, you did.
All right, I
Yeah,
did.
you swore me in.
Let me would you raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's true, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And testimony I did give. was-
All right, you have every right to make sure that you understand. I want you to understand what your sentence is going to be.
Yes, sir. I'm still a little unclear on the credit for time served on that, the 20,
Yeah.
because I have been to prison before, Your Honor. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So I know that when they go there, the latter cases are going to control the credit for time served.
Yeah,
The
well,
2020 cases.
I'm gonna give you full credit for time served, and I hope that you're right, and you should be able to get out rather quickly, if not immediately. But you will be entering a no contest plea to 19 CF 3440, possession of a controlled substance, meth, a third-degree felony. 19 CF 3443, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. That's a second-degree felony. 19 CF 3447, count 1, attempted burglary of an unoccupied structure with a mask. Count 2, possession of burglary tools. Count 3, criminal mischief, $1,000 or greater in 20 CF 1350, grand theft, a third-degree felony, and 20 CF 1357, grand theft auto, a third-degree felony. And let's see, you are entering a no contest plea to those charges. You understand that,
Yes, sir.
and that's what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form, which explains your rights you're waiving?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you under any drugs or medication that prevents you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Williams has done on your case for you?
To the best of his ability, yes, sir.
Okay. The court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts the plea. On each case, each count, you're judged guilty, sentenced to 24 months, Department of Corrections, with credit for any and all time served concurrent. Court costs on each case, standard court costs, $100 cost of prosecution. On each case, $50 PD application fee. On each case, $100 PD fee. On each case, forfeit the firearm, adjudicated guilty on all counts, all cases. And again, he's entitled to full credit for time served on each case. Okay, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Did I sign do I get a score sheet?
I need to pick them up from next door,
Okay.
Your Honor, and I will, for the record, he scores 22.7 points, months DOC.
All right, thank you.
Judge, I believe that's all I have.
What about Mr. Gibbs or Mr. Russell?
I'm done, Judge.
You're done?
Yes, sir.
What about Miss Rivers, Mr. Gibbs?
They're gone. They're done too, Judge.
They're gone? You got anybody else? We done?
Done, Judge.
Wow.
We're done, Judge.
Okay, all right, that's typically how I run my court, is take a few breaks and work through lunch and, let me make sure I got these trials correct. Tell me again which cases are presumptively scheduled for trial on Monday?
Your Honor, I believe I had Mr. Tyler O'Quain with Ms. Lisa Rivers, and it's my understanding that she has requested the court to readdress her motion to dismiss on 5-4. So
Okay.
we'll be back for that one.
All right. And so that will be Thursday, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, and if that one goes, we are asking for the second week because I have a witness that is unavailable and is essential the first week.
Okay. And then, was there another one?
I think that's the only one I had left.
Who do we have?
If you don't, I go. I have the two cases with Mr. Tony that are potentially set for the week of the 15th because of his availability.
Okay, his name was?
The name would be Dixon, Jeremy Dixon, and the other one is Dumas, D-U-M-A-S.
Both those are for the second week,
He asked for the second week, yes.
and we'll be able to get those done second week, you think? Well, Ms. Basso's wanting the second week also.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mine, both of them, I'm sorry, Christine, they can both be pick and go.
Well, what we
quick.
need to do is wait till we get Mr. Tony here. He's coming back Thursday, isn't he?
Yes, yes, Your
We'll
Honor.
talk about it Thursday.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So it looks like possibly 3